wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Wednesday. Good morning. How's everybody doing here today?
Good morning. Happy hump day.
Yeah, it is, right?
World Record Wednesday.
That's right, it is. Okay. We got a lot of stuff to look forward to, y'all.
Is that eggs over there I see?
It is.
Wow.
I decided to go
Okay.
with the egg one.
Egg stacking championship.
Well, I was gonna go. There's this one record I really want to chase. It's the quickest time to eat a jelly donut
Okay.
with your feet. And some dude did it in 6 seconds.
You're actually very flexible. You could do that.
I know, and I got caught up in some other project, and I went out to go get jelly donuts around 8 p. And nobody had them.
Damn.
I went to 2 Dunkins, closed, went to Publix, nobody had
Is
jelly.
this a supply chain issue? Is there a jelly donut shortage?
This is where it gets serious, y'all.
It does.
This is when it
Gas
gets
prices
serious.
go up. KVJ doesn't care that much. Jelly donuts are scarce. We hit the panic button.
Yeah.
That's my question. Is there a jelly donut shortage out there? And does it only happen past 8 p.m.?
I think if you wait till the end of the day,
Yeah.
donuts be gone.
So
That's just how it is.
I think you're right.
You got to go early.
You're right. I learned something.
The jelly is my favorite. I love a jelly.
Hey, we have that to look forward to next week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
We got an egg stacking one.
Okay.
It's not going to go well. I did practice. It did
It's
not
tricky,
go.
yeah.
It's tricky,
Yeah,
Kevin.
it's tricky.
Did
yeah.
we bring the cleanup crew?
I don't think I'll break an egg. I don't see how I could.
Okay.
That's adorable.
Okay. All right. You don't think he's going to break an egg, y'all?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
If there's one thing that's certain.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, about 7:15, we got that coming up here today. Doing a round of One Note Name That Tune about 7:30. Got some makeup or breakup emails right before 8. Battle of the Generations at 8:30. We got a lot of stuff to do today on the KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jay Bird?
So we have our Weird and Whatever podcast tonight at 6 p.m. on our KVJ YouTube page. And one of the
Okay.
things we're going to be tackling is fear and when you are paralyzed by fear and how to get over that. Some people just can't. This girl wrote me this long email, and I'm paraphrasing a lot of it. She's never flown before. She has to fly in a week.
Oh,
And she's
never?
Never flown, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do anything like that, doesn't wanna try. She's not gonna drink, and she's got to get on a plane.
And she's your friend?
I've never met her before. She's a KVJ Nationer.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like anybody you'd be running
She
with.
sent me a message about it and wanted us to talk about that. And she is deathly afraid to get on the plane. It's
Yeah.
in a week. She can't sleep. She's not going to drink or take any kind of medication and wants to know how the heck is she going to do this? She's tried to get on a plane before, and she said her legs locked up, paralyzed, missed the flight, couldn't do it, and now is going to try to tackle it again. And she really can't miss this flight. She's got to be with her family. What does one do?
Okay.
When the fear is so great and you need help with that.
Yeah.
She might need to bring a friend for support because I think in that kind of a scenario, because Panda used to be like that. He hated flying, and then we broke him of it because we did it so much. But it helped him to have a trusted companion, a calming, sweet voice like mine. I was there with him.
It's okay, Panda.
You're gonna be all right.
You're not going to die today.
Well, there's always that saying, feel the fear, but do it anyway. And, all those are cliches, and that's all well and good, and whatever that phrase they use to get rid of fear. What if you can't get through that? What if meditating's not work? What does one do? Are there some fears where you just can't get through, or is every fear beatable in your opinion?
I think every fear is beatable, but you need help doing it. And I think that it takes baby steps, and it might take her going to the airport ahead of time and going through the motions and realizing, okay, it's going to be all right. I got to fly in 2 weeks, but here I am at the airport getting my lay of the land. I know I like Starbucks. Okay, there's the Starbucks. So I'm going to get a plan beforehand that I know I'm going to get here a little bit early. I'm going to get my Starbucks. I know where I'm going to sit. Like, going into a situation that you aren't prepared for is scary, but if you do the work on the front end, it's less scary.
I think a lot of times fear is things that we just don't know, and it's fear of the unknown. Then after you do, you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And part of it is, I think, her realizing, what is she afraid of? She's afraid of dying, right? She's afraid of a plane going down, crashing, and dying. She's afraid of the physical pain that could happen from that.
She even went in on that in the email, and she kind of had what I had. She's not necessarily afraid of the crashing. She just loses control of the fear. She says, getting her mind, just the idea of being up that high, all of that. I could relate to what she was talking about.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. It would be a tough thing to do. I don't know. You probably have to talk to a professional about how to crack it, but I know when I face things like that, I know the one time I talk about the LASIK procedure that I got, I was deathly afraid of that because I thought it was going to be all this stuff. And when I informed myself on what it was all about and knew a little bit more of it, then it gave me some peace of mind saying, okay, you built this whole thing up to be this monster, and instead it's a kitten. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I bet you there are like some self-help things on like YouTube.
There is.
About flying.
There is. And you both got great points. I think you got to do the work and all that. It's sometimes it's not as easy as it's. I mean,
sure. Yeah.
I know for me, they came to me to do this one bit where I was going to scale a building. Remember that bit? I was going to go climb up a building.
Yeah, they still do that.
They were going to teach me how to do it.
Rappelling, yeah.
And I really wanted to do that. But I meditated. I think it's too big for me. I obviously you can't drink for something like that. I'd have to go up there stone cold sober, climb up that building. I don't know. That's a big one.
Sure. I mean,
how does one fight through that?
You can do one shot of Fireball.
They don't recommend it. And then now you're doing secret drinking. Anytime you're doing secret drinking.
Yeah, and then at that point, if something happens to you, then...
that little bottle of Fireball fits so well in a bra. If it wasn't meant to be secret drinking, why does it fit so well between my boobs?
As soon as I get up there with the person that's helping me get up there, they're going to call me out in front of a group of people. Have you been drinking? And it's
I smell alcohol in your breath. Yeah, we can't do this,
That's
dude.
mouthwash, dude.
And then they're not going to let me do it. And they're, Jaybird, secret drinking again.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great topic. I think a lot of people go through it, and we're going to thank you for your opinions. We're going to go through it tonight on the Weird Whenever podcast.
Okay, cool. That sounds like a good thing to check out tonight. Anybody's got phobias? What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, we love all of our interns that have come through here and helped us for free over the years. Tonight, one of our most favorite interns, remember Sam?
Yeah.
Intern Sam, Samabama. What'd you call him?
Alabama Sama, I think.
Alabama Sama.
I think. I can't remember.
It's been a long time. It's been like, 10 years probably since Sam worked with us.
When we were allowed to have interns.
When we were allowed, yes.
Took them all
Back
away.
in the day.
So Sam moved out to L.A. Sam got all these Hollywood connections. He's been working on projects, and he started doing stand-up comedy. And Sam is going to be on stage tonight at the Improv.
Oh, nice.
Doing his stand-up comedy. So if anybody wants to go and support, I'm going to go out there for a little bit and cheer for Sam. He'll be on stage tonight with a whole bunch of different artists doing their comedy.
Oh, very cool.
Good for him. Speaking of fear, that's a fear for a lot of people to stand up there and do comedy.
Absolutely.
Most people can't even attempt it.
I don't think I would ever try.
I had a phobia of doing stand-up, and I had to do it for a class back in college, and I went up there and bombed, and it was 100 times worse than I thought it was going to be, and now I'm 100 times more scared to stand up than I was before I did it.
I did stand up.
Because it is terrible,
I did it one time, and it is pretty
There's nothing worse than feeling like no one's laughing at your jokes, and then the whole room turns on you. It's a terrible feeling.
You got to be okay.
Terrible.
You got to be okay with failing and know that's a possibility.
Well, tonight is not Sam's first time.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on a few times.
Yeah.
He's been building his comedy repertoire.
And failing in comedy is a good thing. You learn a lot. I know it sucks in the moment, but it's a good thing.
And everybody does it.
Everybody does it.
And oddly enough, I don't have a phobia about failing on the radio. I guess it's, again, when you do it over and over over again. You learn, you know what? You're not going to die.
Dog,
It's what I know.
dog,
Yeah.
we went through Miami. You bulletproof.
That's right. That's how I feel, at least. I got a couple things on my mind today. One, I finally got an email that I'm going to be getting my tests in the mail for COVID. Thanks, as the numbers dipped to almost non-existent. Just kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just now sending you your
I
test?
finally got an email. I was on day one to sign up for those free COVID tests from the government at covidtest.gov.
You actually weren't on day one because they opened it up a day early, sneakily on you. So you were on day 2.
Yeah, well, whenever it was, it's been a while. I kind of forgot about it. And then somebody's like, yeah, whatever happened to those tests? I'm like, I don't know. But I apparently am getting mine on Saturday.
Okay.
Is that one of those things where better late than never?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's good to still have on hand.
If you feel sick, you'll be happy you have it.
Yeah, and who knows what we have, with COVID in the future. Is there going to be another variant that comes up? Is it going to be one of those things that is just always there?
You do better with if they came out with a bronch test.
Yeah.
Do they have that where you can just go, little drop right there, positive or negative bronch?
I don't know. It's a good question because I went into a clinic when I had COVID and I got tested because I'm like, do I have bronch or do I have COVID? And they're like, yeah, you got bronch. And then I had to take a test because Suits had gotten it, and they're like, nope, you got COVID. So I don't know.
Damn. I think you had COVID and bronch.
Yeah.
I think you might have had bronch first, and then you and Suits, I don't know what y'all were
morphed
doing,
into-
making
yeah.
out or something.
You had covitis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
You had a mixture.
It was like a perfect storm
Bronchid?
of both. Yeah. So that's the one thing I got on my mind. So if you, in the first couple of days, try to get those tests, you're like, yeah, whatever happened, I didn't get mine. Maybe they're on the way. I don't know, but it is taking a while.
I've been having mine for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I've had mine forever.
Your test?
Yeah. They sent mine almost immediately.
I honestly, dog, I didn't even realize we had to send away for a voucher COVID test thingy. I didn't even know.
His haven't arrived either, but it's because he didn't sign
I
up.
didn't. I missed that memo.
And then the other thing I had on my mind, do you have one of those safe driving apps with your car insurance? We just got new car insurance, and I got one of those safe driving apps. And I was just kind of curious because as I was driving yesterday with it, I was thinking, how accurate are these things really?
I don't want one because I like to speed when I'm running late. And I don't want my insurance company knowing how I drive.
I don't like anyone watching me. With
Yeah,
anything.
it feels a little bit too Big Brother for me.
But it was all the stuff that I was trying to figure out. And thankfully, I keep opening the app and it just keeps closing itself. So I'm like, okay. All
It's a
right,
great app.
I'm not going to ever really use it, but...
Functionally impossible.
Yeah, I was just wondering how it's even possible to judge your driving. Because my wife's like, it's going to show I'm a better driver than you. I'm like, no, I don't. She has this misconception she's a better driver than I am.
It judges like how fast you're going because it knows the speed limit wherever you are.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yep, it's all GPS and it knows exactly what the speed limit is and it knows how fast you're going. It also notices if you brake fast.
Right.
And it also can tell if you're using your smartphone while you're driving.
I'm going to be honest. There's 5 people on this show, and in my opinion, Kevin is the best driver
Thank you,
out
Bird.
of the 5.
Thank you for that endorsement.
And
Yeah.
it's not. It goes you first,
Yeah.
then Denny's,
Okay.
then Suits,
Okay.
then me, then Virginia's the worst. I think we all agree on
Okay.
that.
All
Hurricane
right.
Virginia on the road.
I am
again.
not the worst. You are head in the clouds, Pennington.
Get out
Singing
of
along
here.
to Billy Joel, missing exits, whatever.
You are angry. I hate men, Sinicky, and do not belong on the road. You belong on the broom.
Do they put one of those things on a broom?
Yeah. Okay, me and Virginia are neck and neck. No one cares
Yeah.
about the word. You're the best.
Okay.
You're the safest, but Denny's is a little. Keep in mind, Denny's didn't have a speedometer for 5 years.
Yeah.
He just now got a speedometer. He's just getting back into the groove of how.
Right, he's just
how
figuring
to
out what is
drive.
this number?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like he's a team driver.
He's slow and steady.
Yeah.
You are slow and steady, but you can get to places quick if you need to.
With a slight edge of aggression.
A slight edge.
Yeah,
of
slight
aggression.
edge of aggression. Yeah.
Suits. His young ass NASCAR
Well,
fan.
Suits
Yeah.
was driving that BMW that his dad gave
That's what I'm
him.
saying.
That thing was like an 8 Series.
8 Series.
I couldn't believe how slick that car was. I was so jealous.
NASCAR that I'm learning people used to call his nickname was Hot Rod back in high school.
Hot rod. I
That
like
was
that.
not his nickname.
It wasn't.
It would work.
I'm trying to get that started.
It works, though. Yeah, so I was just kind of trying to figure out, like, how accurate are those apps? Are they legit? Because those are the 3 points that I noticed. It was speed, tough brakes, and then using your phone while you're driving. So if I just kind of, like, mind those 3 things, can it ding me for anything else?
Do you use your phone while you're driving?
No, well, I'll listen to podcasts and things like that.
But you're not fiddling. You're not texting and driving. You're not
No,
fiddling around on
no.
Not
that.
while we're rolling. Now, at a stoplight, I do.
Yeah, right. I will, too.
Do you put your car in park when you're doing that? If you're texting somebody, because I can just see somebody keeping their foot on the brake and then texting and then letting go of the brake and not realizing, and then you bump somebody. Do you put it in park?
No.
Dang, she's dangerous.
I mean, it's a rookie move. Would you just start driving last week? I can keep my foot on the brake.
And that's why she's the worst. Because listen to this. Listen to
she's got an
this
attitude.
Billy the Kid attitude on the
Yeah.
road. You sick shooting son of a gun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm Billy the Kid because I drive right.
You're Billy the Kid. I'm Silly the Kid.
You're not supposed to put it in park.
I'm just saying, you're not supposed to be texting it. I don't feel comfortable with you pressing any kind of buttons in any kind of car. Why-
Red light. I'm fine.
Yeah, she's out every day. Kev, I blew through that red light. Kev, I was running late.
I
Kev."
do. It's 4:45 in the morning.
So the app, would the app know if you just blew through a red light?
No.
She
Okay.
don't know.
I don't think it would. There's no way for the app to know that the light was red.
Right, that's what I was trying to figure out. What does it know and what does it not know? And then the other question I had, too, with my smartphone is I use the Google Maps a lot of times when I'm trying to find a place. And there might be times where you're in the car by yourself and it's giving you the directions and, you know, I have it right there. I don't have a holder for it, so sometimes I'll have it in my hand or I'll put it on my lap and kind of look down and then up. So if that thing is running, I got my Google Maps going, am I getting dinged with my driving app? Saying you're using your phone while you're driving.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
All kidding aside, seriously, Kev,
Yeah.
who's the worst driver, me or Virginia? Be honest. Who's the worst out of the two?
I'd have to ride with y'all again. I would say.
Think about how many things he's hit.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've really
It's
had.
been a minute since I've hit anything.
Virginia just doesn't pay attention. Like it's not really like when she's driving, it's about her 5th priority.
What does suck is I have talked about a lot of things that I've hit.
Well, somebody's got to eat this fried chicken before it gets cold.
It doesn't help that I've hit things.
Yeah.
You've hit a lot of things.
I've been public.
And people. And animals.
All right, maybe she's got.
You've got a kill
I think
count.
she wins her case.
Damn. Nothing has died on my watch.
Okay, let's
Let's talk about your kill count.
stop this madness. All right, you win. You win. You beat me down in submission. I
He
surrender.
puts another notch in his bumper.
I surrender. I surrender to thee. I surrender. I've had enough.
You know, you just had to bring up his kill count.
You wanted to have Kevin answer the question. Let's get the answer. He's got a kill count, Kevin.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
You beat the TKO. You won.
Lefty, who's in the KVJ TV chat room listening to us right now in Australia, said that if you get caught holding your phone here, it's a $1,200 fine and 6 points on your license.
Damn.
Wow.
Which I don't know what the point system is in
That
Australia.
raises your insurance costs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you get those points, because I have one, I got a speeding ticket because I wasn't in my car. I was in a loaner, and it was a BMW, and it was really fast. I was like, let's see how this baby can go.
How many speeding tickets have you had?
It's been a minute.
Okay.
This is the first one I've had in a long time.
I'm trying to.
I just wanted to open that baby up and see what she could do.
I'm trying to find as much dirt as I can find on Virginia's driving.
Yeah, I know. It's a smear campaign now.
Still, nothing's dead.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Well, a couple comments about the driving app for your car insurance. How does it know when it gives you either a rating as a good or a bad driver? Somebody said I was talking to an insurance agent about it yesterday, and she said if you text or check your phone at a stoplight, they consider that texting and driving.
Ooh.
So I decided not to even get the app because I don't like the idea I'm going to get dinged for that as a bad driver. Okay, I didn't realize that, so...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you got kids, you're at a red light,
Yeah.
These kids, they don't have patience. I have to text them back or they'll lose their mind.
Yeah, or the thing for me is a lot of us get instructions and things like that on our phone. And if you're trying to find a place, that's typically when I have my phone and I'll wait till I'm at a stoplight or stop sign. I'll be like, okay, where is this thing now? And where am I going? So if you can't find your way and you're trying to use your phone to help you find your way, you're going to get dinged as a bad driver, apparently.
It's not going to be the phone that brings me down. The death of me, it's going to be air drums.
Yeah, I don't know if they can tell if the driver's playing eardrums.
I'm going to spit out my coffee.
Yeah.
He gets into his music.
I can get into it.
I'm just a space cadet, but he thinks he's in the band.
Like, how does it know if you're not driving down the road and eating a full plate of spaghetti?
You're right.
I love to drive and eat fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean, can the app tell that? Because that's not safe driving.
No.
Spaghetti is a tough thing to eat. Even tougher, soup or cereal, because you've got a spoon.
Absolutely, yeah. Terrible.
We know you pour that milk heavy.
I do, but I try not to do anything other than just drive now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah,
Oh,
in fact,
yeah.
they say the worst things to drive and eat, hot soup,
It is.
tacos is bad.
Yeah, because when you have spillage, you're going to look down and try to get that piece of meat off your crotch, and then you look up and you're about to hit somebody.
She's not lying. I did Taco Tuesday yesterday. I didn't
Yeah.
make them myself, but I ordered tacos. They stuffed them so heavy. Every bite was. It almost was kind of borderline not enjoyable because there was so much
So much
carnage.
spillage.
Yeah, I was like, oh gosh, what's happening here?
You appreciate the abundance of stuff.
I do.
But
Maybe I wasn't man enough to handle the stuffing.
maybe you just got to fold and make that little reservoir so it won't fall out.
The problem's not the taco. The problem's the man.
They say barbecue is bad to eat behind the wheel.
Try eating ribs.
You imagine have a slab of ribs as you're driving down the road.
I feel like I could do it.
And ribs one of those ones where you will take your eye off because they're so delicious. It's almost you can't even help it. The taste is so great.
Oh, yeah. Got a text here that said, I saw somebody driving and eating Chinese food right out of the box with chopsticks. And then I almost wrecked watching them.
Chopsticks is tricky.
Yeah, it is.
Dang, that's a skill level 10. Because you have to hold the container and then you have to hold the chopsticks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Romaine sounds good.
Somebody texted in asking, what if you're a passenger in the car with the safe driving device? Yeah, I wondered that too. Does it tell if you're behind the wheel or if you're riding shotgun? Because I had the app on my phone. I'm all over my phone when I'm riding shotgun.
Great question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. A lot of questions about that. Yesterday on the KVJ Show Facebook page, we asked, what did your grandma always have on hand? And when I went to my grandma Beulah's, I always knew that she was going to have the peppermint patties. She was going to have Pringles, Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, and Sprite. You can see why as a fat kid, I love going to grandma's house.
She loved to plump up Fat Kevin.
Oh, and she did. She did a good job at it.
I mean, you basically just described my hamper or my area, not hamper. What's it called?
No,
Cupboard.
Pantry?
Area. Pantry. Thank you.
Okay.
You put your cream pies in the dirty clothes hamper?
I've been
Yes.
known.
Bleh.
Yes. But it seems like there's a bunch of standards that almost every single grandma seemed to have. Ann said, yeah, my grandma, it was Tootsie Roll Pops and caramel apple lollipops.
Yeah.
And my grandma had them ribbon candy.
Yeah, my grandma Ginny, she would travel down from Rhode Island. It would always have that hard candy, that ribbon candy. Every single trip, she'd have it in her suitcase.
Her name was Ginny?
Yeah.
Her name's probably Virginia.
It was not Genevieve.
Genevieve. Oh.
Maybe you don't hear too often.
It's the old school.
That sounds older than Virginia.
That's that Great Depression name.
That is a I'm sad name.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Kelly said, my grandma always had those root beer barrels. Remember those things?
Yes.
Little candies? Yeah. And she'd always have bologna. And that brown salve that draws out slivers. Michelle said, yeah, juicy fruit and double mint gum. Yeah, I remember my grandma had that fruit stripe gum a lot.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, but it only keeps flavor for about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
The flavor goes out quick.
It's a great 3 seconds.
It's almost the heroin of gum.
Yeah.
It gives you the biggest rush for about 5 seconds, and then it's done.
You want to ride that zebra.
You're eating packs of it as a kid.
And she always had that Hershey syrup in a can.
Oh, I
Remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. So thick, so sweet.
Wendy said my grandma always had Faygo Red Pop on hand. Always. That is a gross grandma kind of soda.
They had a diet Faygo too. My mom and Ann would always order that when they were on diets.
Okay.
Joan Rivers was the spokesperson.
Okay.
Sue said my grandma always had Hershey's Kisses. It's a very grandma kind of thing to have.
Hershey's Kiss is kind of overrated, man.
I don't know. They have all kind of whack and fun flavors now.
I'm saying your basic, regular, it's almost got a small hint of vomit smell to it. It tastes good, don't get me wrong. Other people will agree with me.
That's your COVID nose.
No, this is before COVID.
No.
Somebody else just texted in and said my grandma always had that bullseye caramel candy with the white filling on hand. Always at grandma's house.
Did you like that, Fat Kevin?
Yeah, I did.
I did too.
Yeah, I like it. It was creamy. It was good.
You can still get those every now and then. They are good, but you can feel the bad health as soon as it hits
Oh,
your
yeah.
tail. I mean,
Yeah. My grandma always had those hard strawberry candies as well as the Cool Whip containers in the freezer.
the strawberry cake with the hard and it's got the goo in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My grandma always had that Neapolitan ice cream, which made me so
Yeah.
angry because I was like, what's going on here? The flavors would touch each other and mix, and I
Right.
didn't like it.
Always the last to go was strawberry. It was always the weakest of the three.
I was never a fan of that Neapolitan.
When Fat Kev got done with a carton of Neapolitan, the vanilla and chocolate would be gone. There'd just be a big old slab of strawberry.
I know. And the strawberry would go, but it was always the last to go.
Too healthy.
That's when it got desperate.
Yes.
Don't try to work fruit into my dessert. Those orange circus peanut candies.
Oh, that is so old timey.
Yeah, that's a grandma kind of snack
Who
though.
buys those and go, oh man, I love these circus peanuts?
They sell.
Do they?
If they didn't sell, they wouldn't keep coming out with them. Them and candy corn. There's a lot of people that love it.
I feel like they're dying off though with the Greatest Generation.
She's making a claim that a lot of people love circus peanuts, and I'm going to go and say that's just not true. I don't know why they keep making them. I don't think a lot of people love them.
I think they were tasty in the Depression, and that was
think
all you had.
They were a delicacy in the Depression, and they don't have the heart to take it off the market.
All the Genevieves get down on them.
Anyone under 70 doesn't like them.
And Kevin's got a point. No offense to the Genevieves of the world, but
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, my grandma always had that marbled cake from Publix with the glaze on it.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
Grandma always had.
They love a marble cake.
it's good.
Yep. Somebody else texted in and said, yeah, my grandma always had fresh biscuits and homemade strawberry jam.
Ooh.
Dang.
Homemade jam?
Yep. My grandma always had Ovaltine malted milk.
More Ovaltine, please.
That is from the old collection.
That is. You remember the commercials? They were so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, my Mexican grandma always had homemade tortillas and butter.
Oh, I love tortillas with butter.
Yeah.
Add a little cheese, though, to mine.
Yeah, some good stuff. There's a whole bunch of really great comments, 400 or 500 comments of people just talking about the things that the grandma always had on hand. Probably going to be standard for a lot of people to be like, yep, my grandma had that too. If you want to go check it out, go to the KVJ Show Facebook page. Do you have a problem with what this mom did? It's how she handled her kid not getting playing time while doing a basketball game. She wants to know if she's overreacting. She says she needs help. She said, I don't know what to do. My son had his school basketball game on Saturday. Now, this game was totally put together very quick, and I wasn't notified until the night before. My son is on the team, and he has been to every practice and even practices at home. Saturday was his first game with his team. He was so excited. At the end of the game, though, he was upset because he was benched the whole game. We were told that there was going to be a second game that same day, and the coach promised that the kids that were benched would play in the second game. The second game comes and goes, and my son is the only kid that didn't get to play. So then I got up and I cursed out the coach for getting my son's hopes up. He said he was sorry and didn't have enough time to put everybody in. I then proceeded to say that you had 2 games. After cursing him out in front of everybody, I'm debating on calling the school and complaining, even going to the school board. What would you do?
Not that.
It seems like a lot.
This is high school sports, I'm assuming?
It just says school.
Well, if
it
it's
just says school, so it
if
could
it's
be
a school-
anything from elementary to junior high to high school.
If it's school, every kid doesn't have to play. There's no rule where every kid has to play. Now, if this is a recreational thing where you're paying to play, yeah, there's rules where kids got to get in X amount of time.
Yeah.
This is school stuff. Unfortunately, this is how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, the coach shouldn't have promised you anything.
Right.
He shouldn't have done that.
Right.
But you have to realize as a parent, there's a chance your kid's not going to play in a high school sport if the coach doesn't think they should.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, the only time, like you had said, that you can expect or should get playing time for your child is if it is recreational sports. That's the only time. If it is school ball or if it is travel, then, you know, the best kids play and the coach is trying to do what he can to win the game. And it's not so much about getting kids playing time, whereas with recreational sports, it is. So that's the time to get upset. The only thing that I would tell you to do, I've coached kids through all this kind of stuff, and I've been in all of these different things. I would just say, tell your kid to practice more. Use the fact that he's not getting into the games to fuel him. I know you say he's playing at home, but you can always do a little bit more to be better, and ask the coach, hey, what can I do to improve? And then really work on it and try to up your minutes.
I coached in high school. I was an assistant coach, and I also coached American Legion baseball as a head coach, and I had to coach teenagers. And there were two kind of kids that were on the team. They were kids that would, if they had an issue, they would address it with the coach, and then their kids had their parents do it for them.
Yeah.
And as a coach, I respected the kid that would come up and talk to me about that in high school.
Yeah.
Because I just did, because a lot of times the parents, they're not on the field all the time. They don't know all of the little nuances that happen.
Yep.
And it can get to a point where sometimes the parents got blinders on.
I love sports. I think it's an amazing way to teach discipline to kids, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. This is an opportunity for your kid to step up, start being assertive, and finding out what he needs to do to improve, why he wasn't getting playing time, and then how he can start to get that playing time on his own.
There you go.
The wrong way to do it is for you to stick up for him, cause a scene with the coach. The other kids and parents will talk. You're not doing your kid any favors. They will single your kid out and be like, you know, the kid can't stand up for himself.
Maybe the kid's not that good.
Here's what, in my opinion, here's what happened, okay? I think the coach was caught off guard when she asked him about, is my kid going to play? He probably didn't, he should have not said yes, the kid was going to play, because it's high school.
Agreed.
He said that thinking there's probably maybe a chance you could get the kid in because the mom was giving him the full court press. He messed up there, but the mom shouldn't be up the coach's butt about playing time, especially after one game.
Yeah.
Work with the kid. Maybe get like some little private lessons on the side. Maybe his skill level needs some working on before you start yelling at everybody. Make sure your kid has his skill level the best he can be.
Virginia, I would see it all the time. The kid would not be good. The kid wouldn't practice. The kid wouldn't listen. And then the parent, why does not... My kid never plays.
This is a chance to teach your kid that in life, it's who is the best, who's going to work for it. You need to work harder to get there. You got to realize, you know, the famous story about Michael Jordan is that he was cut from his 9th grade basketball team. And then that whole summer, he walked around with a basketball, didn't put it down. And he practiced and practiced and practiced, and then he became Michael Jordan, the one that you know that won 6 NBA championships.
I rode the bench a lot in college. Sometimes that's failing is good for you sometimes.
It is. Like
it really
I said,
is.
This is presenting a great opportunity for your kid. And there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it. Right now, you're going down the wrong path. So
getting mad, yelling,
going to the school
screaming,
board, going to all that kind of stuff, that's not going to do anything for anybody.
No.
They're going to likely tell you, sorry, you know, this is just... The coach chooses who gets to play on who's going to win the game.
It makes you look like a maniac when you say you're going to take it to the school board. Like, lady.
Those are the types of
Please.
parents of why I got out of baseball right there. That right there, Virginia, this is triggering.
You look ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh yeah, there's so much ridiculousness out there when it comes to parents in youth sports or just sports in general.
And kind of a note that you can also learn as a coach. don't ever get parents' hopes up about getting into games.
You don't owe that. In high school, you don't really owe anybody anything. You know what I mean?
It's okay to tell that kid that he needs to work on his skill set.
Right.
I think that's what the coach should have done. It said to the mom, look, he's not performing up to the level of some of the other players on the team, and I've got to put the best players that are doing the most work in.
The problem is everyone's so scared to lose their job now. Oh my gosh, the coach did this, the coach said that. Everyone's scared. They're afraid. You can't discipline anybody. Benching that kid in that parent's eyes is discipline. Johnny didn't get in. Oh my gosh.
Well, you need transparency, and
It's
if
terrible.
you were transparent and upfront, you would say this isn't about, and likely it's not about your behavior or anything like that. It's about the skills, and here's what you need to work on. And if you can improve and become better than that kid, then you can get some more playing time.
I can tell you this: the coach knew of the reputation of this parent. That's why when is Johnny gonna play? Yeah, we'll get him in. This isn't. You don't hide this. This person doesn't hide this kind of personality. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. So I would just tell you go in a completely different direction than what you're thinking. I know
Yes.
you're waiting for the green light for us to say, yeah, go to the school board. No,
No.
do not do that. Like slam on the brakes,
Please.
put it in reverse, and go down another road.
Sometimes you email us, you may not like what we say.
Well, hopefully we're going to help you out, though, because
Yes.
we'll be transparent and we'll tell you straight.
We're going to make you not look like a fool.
Yeah.
Because if you go in there and start yelling at the school board that your kid didn't get playing time, you make you and your kid look ridiculous.
Well, what do you think about these little parenting tactics? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Did you hear about the 18 for 18 challenge as one mom did with her 12-year-old kid about social media? When he was 12, she said that if you stay off of social media on your 18th birthday, I will give you $1,800. She called it her 18 for 18 challenge. 6 years later, the teen just got his $1,800 check.
I love it.
Wow. Good for him.
The mom says it was the best money she'd ever spent. He said that he's now on Instagram, jumped on right away, but there's a steep learning curve. So he's trying to learn all these things. And then when memes would go viral or something was big, he would just try to fake it till he made it. He would just try to act like he knew what was going on to fit in with his friends.
Look, both of them were into it. I think it's a fun story. I think social media is the devil. I know I sound old. I don't care anymore.
It's an interesting challenge. $1,800 for 6 years of staying off of social media. That basically was the equivalent of $1.21 a day that the kid was making. And there's also a dad that is going viral on TikTok for sewing those Apple tags in the tongue of his kid's shoe to track the kid to find out where the kid is going. Do you like this idea, Virginia?
Well, yeah, I do, because I have the Life 360 app, and I think it's awesome. And maybe you don't your kid doesn't have a phone, but if your kid starts traveling with somebody that does have a phone, those tags now will alert anybody who has an Apple product that there's a tag traveling with that Apple iPhone.
Okay.
So you might not be able to keep it a secret if the kid travels with anybody with an Apple device.
To me, I'd rather even not keep it a secret. I'd be like, yeah, we're tagging you and your clothes so we know where you are should there be a serious problem, and we don't have a problem with you knowing that. But, of course, if you get somebody that abducts your child with an iPhone, they'd be like, hey, wait a minute, you're being tracked.
Right.
But that would be the only flaw I see with that, where there should be a blocking mechanism for the Apple tags.
There's not.
There's only one paired phone that, or certain, you have to give permission to certain phones to pair with to give alerts to.
I see what you're saying, like a parenting permission thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I have to, with my Apple iTunes Music, you have to say that, yes, this computer is approved to get the iTunes Music, and you have a limit of 5. They should do the same thing with the AirTags.
They should add that to the parental control buttons.
Right, so that you wouldn't have somebody's phone go, wait a minute, who's got an Apple AirTag on him?
Look at you. Maybe you should work at Apple.
Maybe I should. Hello, Tim
Idea,
Cook.
Kev.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also...
Sign me up.
They don't have that right now, as far as I know. I haven't seen parental controls on the AirTags.
But is Apple Kev going to get in the way of political Kev?
I got too many things going on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mayor Hare?
Yeah.
Mayor Hare, he's taking over this town, y'all.
Oh, he will run, and he will be the prettiest candidate.
Oh, I cannot wait to help him run this campaign.
Good luck, all of the people that run against him that are bald. You're losing.
That's right. Yes, that's it. I won only because of this beautiful hair.
Yep.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day with Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, Elton John got caught in some terrifying mid-air drama. So he's in his private jet and he's trying to come to the U.S. for a gig. And at 10,000 feet, I guess the plane suffered some sort of hydraulic failure. They were trying to land 2 different times and they couldn't at first. And everybody was like, oh my gosh. On the 3rd try, though, Elton John's private plane was able to land safely. But how horrifying is that?
Dang. Okay.
Scary.
That would be. Yeah, I've seen some crazy videos of planes trying to land at Heathrow Airport in London. And the wind they're just rocking back and forth, just hoping to try to get those wheels down on the ground.
Yeah, they were saying the wind was like 80 miles an hour.
It's like flying in a tropical storm. I was like, oh my gosh.
They ground planes here when it's 80 miles an hour. They do not let people take off.
Hopefully that listener you're talking about earlier is not flying to London.
Yeah, or listening to this conversation.
Yeah. Be a terrible first flight.
Well, Donda 2 sounds like it happened, Kevin.
Yes, it did.
You got a little sneak peek audio from the show in Miami last night.
Yeah, they were at Lone Depot Park. That is where the Marlins play. And there was a lot of video of it online. It was kind of like a little church-looking thing that they had that was surrounded by shallow water, and they must have had no less than 100 people just kind of walking around in this water in some of the performances I saw.
Someone texted in earlier and said they had fun, they liked it, but Kanye didn't get out and show himself till 11 o'clock, and it's supposed to start at 8, I think.
That's typically what he does for his Sunday services. They'll be 2 to 3 hours late, and you're like, where the heck is this guy? So I'm not surprised they didn't start until crazy late.
He pulls a Madonna.
Yeah, you just never know when Kanye's going to be coming on stage, and you're just waiting for it. He did have...
If it's a Saturday, I don't care as much.
Right.
It's a damn Tuesday.
It's Tuesday night, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. If I went to any kind of show and someone was 3 hours late, I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Kanye, we're not all like you. We don't get to sleep till 2 p.m.
Yeah. We're all not creative geniuses.
Yeah, right. We don't have that luxury. He did have guest performances from Alicia Keys, Migos came out, Jack Harlow, Pusha T, even Marilyn Manson came out and performed with Kanye last night. In fact, it was during the Marilyn Manson performance that Ye got all upset because apparently there were some audio issues and threw his mic on the floor, which is not a good idea because it's all covered in water. So I don't know how that went down, but yeah, he had some big names that came out, and apparently the performances were pretty good.
Did he have Bill Cosby come out and do a set?
Yeah, right.
I mean, Marilyn Manson. That's certainly one way to go.
Yeah.
He's got a little heat around him right now.
A little heat.
Yeah. And he even used Kim Kardashian's voice in one of the song intros last night.
I married the best rapper of all time. He's the richest black man in America. A talented, legit genius who gave me 4 incredible kicks.
Oh, boy. So there you go. He's
He
going that
plays
route.
all this audio of
man.
people glowingly reviewing him.
People who don't like him anymore.
Right.
Must have not been that great because she hit the road, Jack.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, if anybody did go, what did you think? I know that we had so many people that had paid some good money to go down there. So...
And finally here, Wendy Williams is officially done. We've been telling you about her medical conditions and the fact that she was battling that Graves' disease and all kinds of just drama medically for her. Well, they made the announcement yesterday. Wendy is officially done. Sherry Shepherd is going to be taking over. I believe we have a little clippage for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we kind of saw this coming.
I have some big news for you. No one can replace the Queen. Nobody. Starting in September, I am debuting my own talk show, Sherry! I have always wanted to do a talk show.
So no one can replace the Queen, but I am.
Yes.
What?
Nobody makes any sense,
Wait, hold
but
on.
I don't.
Did she just say no one can replace her as she announced she's replacing her?
She did.
But,
Okay.
I am.
What?
Sherry, are you high?
Okay.
There's so many talk shows out now.
I know.
How many are there?
Sherry ain't gonna make it,
There's
y'all.
so many of them.
Yeah, they hand them out like candy on Thanksgiving.
The talk, the
Halloween.
view. They have the real Kev.
Yeah.
Now you have the Sherry.
You have
Yeah.
Sherry, you have Drew, you have Kelly.
You're right. That's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay. Somebody's saying, I don't know if it's true or not. Grant in the chat room said Elon Musk was at the Donda 2 Kanye performance last night.
Oh, wow.
He hangs out with some interesting people, doesn't he? I would imagine Antonio Brown was probably there too. Those two chuckleheads are hanging out a lot together. So, yeah, I'm sure throughout the day we'll hear different stories of what went down. So people were saying it was good. He didn't go on one single rant, but they said they were exhausted today.
I mean, all those star-studded guest appearances are pretty impressive.
Well,
Yeah.
if Kanye came on at 11 or did his thing at 11, were all of those performances going on before?
They had to be.
To at least keep people occupied?
That would.
I think he was, because I saw a little bit of the Jack Harlow, and he was just out there with them. He would do a little bit, and then you would have Alicia Keys would come out and do a part, and then that was kind of it.
I'm not hating on it that much then if there's other things to keep you occupied, but it made it sound like Kanye come out at 11, everyone just kind of sitting around.
I think everybody
chilling.
did just sit around. I don't think there was any kind of real performances until 11.
That
And then-
sucks.
That
And then at that
sucks.
point, I think, that's what he does.
That's so
Yeah.
not cool, man.
You just have to, if you're going to a Kanye show, you have to expect it to start 3 hours late.
Bring a sleeping bag. I'd be asleep.
Yeah. I guess that's Miami time,
Do you
right?
love anybody? Would you do that for the Buckeyes if you had a chance to?
They come out 3 hours late to
3
play
hours
football.
late? Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
if they were playing the national championship and there was like a 3 hour delay, I'd wait.
The game
but then
I get-
I've written off everything I'm doing the next day.
But there would always be something sensical behind the delay because legit performances shouldn't start 3 hours late.
I mean, the game I'll give you, if it's a Buckeye game, waiting 3 hours, all right.
yeah.
Kanye, did he even perform?
But some of these people that who text us in, the people that paid almost $1,000 to sit in the dugout area right down there, right on the field. If I paid $1,000, yeah, I'm not leaving. I mean, I paid $1,000. When he comes out, I will be here.
But did he do music? He did sing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
the whole
that's
thing
good.
was music. I mean,
Good.
it was his Donda 2 album, so you had that, and then he had a lot of, other celebrities who were there. I mean, so far, it sounds like everybody is happy they went. They're just tired today. And apparently people were saying it was good.
Good. Then
They're
that's
just tired.
awesome.
Good. Yeah.
If you think it was worth $1,000, wow, you must have a lot of extra money
And time.
and time.
Yeah. So glad you do. Dakota Fanning is turning 28 years old today. Emily Blunt, 39. Aziz Ansari is 39. Josh Gad, 41 today. And Kristen Davis from Sex and the City is turning 57.
I love Emily Blunt.
You do? Big
Yeah.
fan?
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
There you go.
I do.
Okay. I got a couple birthday wishes here. Bethany and Jacob are twins. Happy 11th birthday from Mommy, Daddy, and Puppy Coral. Also, we got a shout out here. I've been listening to you guys 20 plus years now. My daughter listens with me every morning.
Aw,
Lorelai going to be 8. She'd love a little birthday shout out.
raising them right. Lorelai, happy birthday.
Callie sent that in. Happy 11th to Mika. Have a great day at school. You bring us so much joy. Love you from Mom and your brother Luis. Also, happy 13th birthday to the smartest and funniest kid we know. That is from Mommy, Daddy, Rosie, and Blue, the Boston Terriers, and Thatcher the Rabbit. So there you go. Happy birthday there. And that was to Senate, by the way. And we got a photo of him right there on KVJ TV.
Cutie.
Cool name.
Senate. Yeah, that's a great name.
Senate.
World Record Wednesday, gotta give your best. World Record Wednesday, we're chasing greatness today.
Today, Jaybird is going after the world record for stacking the most eggs atop one another without toppling over. Now, the guy who set the record is from Yemen, and he said that the balancing requires tremendous patience, focus, and calmness, and that the most difficult part from the attempt is finding the center of gravity for each egg due to its unique shape and texture.
Every egg is different, like us humans, Virginia. You gotta dig deep and find the soul of the egg.
Bruh, you were once an egg.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true.
She has been heckling me about this segment the entire morning. The Kahlua definitely has kicked in.
It's almost like he's just laying them up for me. Eggs?
Well, now it's at a point where it's not even about the world record. I could give a crap about the world record. I do not want to break an egg. She's convinced I'm going to break an egg.
Okay.
You witch.
All right, so we'll put 60 seconds on the clock here to do this. And there are 2 questions I want to get from everybody. I'll call KVJ respectable just getting 2. Getting 2 eggs to balance atop one another.
Thank you. I agree, because I practiced a lot last night, and I'm not going to lie. It did not go well.
How many eggs did you break at home?
I didn't break any.
Whatever.
I didn't break any eggs.
Oh, your nose is growing, Pinocchio.
Get out of here.
Virginia, do you think Jaybird is going to be able to stack 2? You going over or under on that?
How long do they have to stay one on top of the other? Or is it just like a 1 count?
Standing 4 count.
A standing
4
4
count.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
You can't give me 2 seconds on that one?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Man.
Look, Kevin has high standards.
I do.
Radio has
Yeah.
made y'all cold.
You just have no standards.
All right. Get out of here. You don't either. You hang out with me.
Why are you blocking my view with your laptop?
Because I'm filming over here. I'm double working. I'm
my
trying to do TikTok videos.
She's busy, y'all.
She got a lot to do. Yeah.
Well, I'm singing for my supper, literally.
Virginia, you going over or under on this?
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to go under. That 4 seconds is going to be really tough.
Okay. Suits, what do you think? You going over or under on this? Suits is going under. Okay. All right, yeah, I think I'm going to go under too.
You're going under, Kev.
It's tough. This is going to be tough.
It's tough.
You're going
Yeah.
under. Virginia's going under. Sweet Denny's.
Denny's, it's going way over.
I love that kid.
Way over too.
He said you'll stack 7.
Yeah. Mhm. Or else.
The egg whisperer.
Do you think he breaks an egg, Virginia?
I mean, I really hope he does.
So you
Okay.
think I'm definitely going to break an egg?
Yeah, I think you will, because especially as the time starts running out and you realize you're very close to failure, I think that's when you start to panic, and that's when eggs will break.
Suits, he breaking an egg? What do you say? He's saying yeah.
Disrespect.
Yeah, I'm going to go no, though. I'm going to say no egg breaking, but you're not going to get the 2.
All right, you not
Okay.
Oh, jeez. I feel
60 seconds on the clock. It is the world record attempt for stacking 4 eggs atop one another without toppling over.
I gotta get.
Okay.
Uh-oh, she's got a lot of cords and stuff.
Okay.
All right.
Bird is ready. Bird is focused. Bird has got 2 eggs out of a carton of 12 sitting in front of him. On your mark, get set, and go. He has 60 seconds to see what he can do. He's got the 1 egg. It just dropped off of it, and it sounded like something cracked at least.
I mean, 3 seconds in, we have crackage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He's trying to get the 2 eggs on top of each other, trying to find that center. It keeps rolling off. He's putting the 1 egg on top of the other, and it just rolls right off to the side.
Oh, we have
And
broken
he
egg.
Did just crack 1 egg. Take that out.
Damn
Okay.
it, damn
Jaybird
it.
broke an egg. Okay.
Focus.
1 egg is broken. He's 30 seconds left on the clock to try to even get 2. He's trying to find the center. He's going with the roundest end to the roundest end is what he's trying to stack here. It's
Oh,
about,
boy.
Yeah, he's got 1 cracked egg. He's got
2
2 cracked
cracked eggs.
2 cracked eggs. There's 15 seconds left on the clock here.
Oh.
Okay, he tried to get 2. He took his hands off. It rolled off, and it sounded like that cracked as well. All right, he's down to 5 seconds. 4, 3,
Oh.
2,
Oh.
1. That one broke all the way. All right, we have
Denny's, clean
2
up.
cracked eggs, 1 fully broken, and no stacked eggs whatsoever.
I hate when evil wins.
All
I
right.
hate when evil wins.
How is it worse than I thought it would be?
Yeah, it actually, that one did not turn out very well.
What an evil.
That was a tricky one. That was a tricky one.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Okay.
Pumpkin.
All right,
You'll
hey.
get them next
Back
time.
to the drawing board.
That's what they say. Back to the drawing board. Somebody texted in and said, hey, speaking of Liar Day for Pinocchio Day, whatever happened with the Disney World husband, the wife and kids? Did she go to the park? We had that email on Friday. One of our KVJ Nationers who had gotten an alert from her Disney app. And it showed that her husband was at the theme park with another woman when he was supposed to be on a business trip in Oklahoma. She had 3 kids, and she was going to maybe have a sitter to watch them as she went to go confront her husband in Orlando. And we were talking about should she not? And I'd emailed her back to get an update on what's going on twice, and I have not heard anything back yet. So I imagine she's got her hands full. So
I hope she didn't go, because our advice, at least my advice, was you have the proof you need. You have these photos. Your mind can rest knowing this man cheated on you. Now what are you going to do? Start putting your plan into place. Don't confront them at Disney, because that's just not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
Go get your lawyer lined up. Go get your ducks in a row. The element of surprise is still yours, girl. Don't blow it.
Maybe that's why we haven't heard from her. She's lining it all up.
Yes, lay in wait. So. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Whenever you have a chance, just give us an update if you would. Like, find out what's going on. Wishing you the best. Well, we got some other makeup or breakup situations here via email. This one person wants to know, is this a makeup or breakup? Her cat's more important. It says, I have terrible cat allergies and my girlfriend has a cat. I take allergy medicine just to try and tolerate being over there. It's not completely effective, and the medicine makes me drowsy. I've tried different allergy meds, and nothing is working. I was hoping that we would never have to be at her place, but she really loves being a homebody and being with her cat. This girl is amazing, and I could see marrying her, but not if she still has a cat. Would you give up on somebody if they had a cat and you had an allergy? Virginia, you have to deal with this.
I would. If they have a cat, they're just not the perfect person for me, because I have such a severe allergy. When I go to Denny's house, I can be there for literally like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then my throat starts to close up. And, I take the allergy medicine every day.
It's pretty awesome because she doesn't talk as much when her throat closes up. So
I can't sit on any of the furniture. I can't really touch anything, because if I do, then I touch my face and it's bad. So I couldn't be with somebody like that. But if he loves her, he needs to get the D. He needs to get Claritin D.
Okay.
And try that, because that is the strongest.
The best. Okay.
I think it's the strongest allergy med.
Does it make you drowsy, though?
No.
Okay.
So that's Benadryl.
Ah,
okay.
Claritin D is different than Benadryl. I would start out with the 12-hour Claritin D, but if it's not strong enough, there's also a 24-hour Claritin D you can try.
I'm not even lying about that Benadryl. It will put you on. Have you ever been on Benadryl, Kev?
I think so, yeah.
Weird dry. And not a good weird.
So I think that's what he's going through. So he just may be on the wrong meds. He said he's tried a lot, though, everything he thought. But
well, you have to go to the pharmacy to get the Claritin D. It's not even on the regular shelf.
Right.
So you have to go and you have to show them your license, because I think people that make meth make it with Claritin D. So you're kind of going to feel like you're meth a little bit, but you have no allergies.
yeah.
It does. It's like a little speedy.
Okay. All right. Somebody else wanted to know an update. What happened to the guy that bet he and his wife's money on the Bengals? Yeah. We did get an update on that one. It turned out okay because he took the Bengals, but they covered the spread, so he didn't lose his money, and he was kind of prancing around about, see, I don't have a problem. She's like, well, just because you won or didn't lose all our money doesn't mean you don't have a problem. And so she still was going to say, look, I just can't be with somebody that's going to risk our whole financial future on this. You got to have a cap on it, and if you can't do it, then they're going to be in some serious therapy. So she did put down an ultimatum, so even with him doing the win, because he was like, yeah, look, I know what I'm doing, until you don't. That's how it all works. I just couldn't live with that kind of anxiety.
No, that would be too scary. I would never be able to handle the stress.
Yeah. Another makeup or breakup email says, my boyfriend doesn't want to sleep in the same bed again. My boyfriend and I have been dating for almost a year. I thought we'd soon be discussing moving in together, but he just told me that he doesn't want to sleep in the same bed anymore. He says he can't sleep when we do. I don't snore. He says that I'm just too clingy. I love snuggling, and I'm so sad to think that I will no longer have this in my relationship. So when we hook up, we either have to go back to our own place or one of us has to move to the sofa in the living room. This just feels like a relationship death blow to me, is it?
No, it's not. You got to take your ego out of this. Some people have major sleep issues, me being one of them. And there are times I have to remove myself out of the bedroom if I'm sleeping with somebody in the bed and I have to go to the couch. Because then my legs are starting to do that restless leg syndrome, night terrors, Pennington over here.
Oh, yeah.
Some people just need to be away from
You are a nightmare.
Well,
Restless legs, sleep apnea.
I have major. I don't know if I have sleep apnea. That hasn't been diagnosed.
I think
yet.
you do.
Well,
I've seen
Dr.
you.
Virginia knows.
Well, then I clearly have sleep apnea, Kevin.
I've
Dr.
seen you.
Sinicki over here.
Punch me in the throat.
Who I think is 0 for 17 with any medical thing she's ever said on the air.
Whatever.
That seems conservative.
Yeah, and I'm being cool.
I'm a doctor like you're a cryptozoologist.
Dr. Ofer, who's never nailed any medical. Remember when, Kev, if you're sneezing, it's not COVID. You can't.
All right.
Come on, Kev.
Mags told me that.
Come on, Kev.
Come on, Kev. Everybody knows that. I think what's sad for her is she likes to snuggle when she sleeps. And so she's just different. Snuggle when you're awake, and hopefully the other things in your relationship make up for it. And, you know.
Look, we all got to make adjustments on this planet.
We do. Okay, this person want to know, is this a makeup or a breakup? Shouldn't a good girlfriend support your dreams? Says, I'm in a band. My girlfriend hates it. She says I don't have the voice for it.
Oh, damn.
She thinks I need to work for her father where I can make $50K, but music is my passion. The fact that she doesn't believe in my passion really bothers me. Yes, it's kind that her father's offered me a really good job, but that's not in my heart. I'm going to be 30 in a month, and I don't want to give up on my musical dream just yet. Do I need to break up with my girlfriend, seeing how she doesn't support what I'm passionate about? We've been together for 2 years, and I feel so confused.
This is a tough one because we're talking about a matter of the heart type of thing. Your passion, that's your driving force of why you feel like you're on the planet. Whether people agree with you or not, if that's what your inside's telling you, that's something that's going to be near and dear to your heart.
But you can be in a band and have a job.
But she does it. I think the deeper issue is the fact that he goes to bed every night now and she thinks it's silly. She thinks his passion isn't. She wants him to quit his passion. She wants him to take the safer route, do the job.
It sounds like she wants him to get a job.
Yeah.
Probably more than she cares about him playing in a band. She just wants him to have some gainful, solid, stable employment.
I agree with her.
But she also said, though, he needs to give it up.
I don't think give it up is the thing. Make it a weekend project.
She basically said he sucks at what he loves to do. That's tough, man.
Well, sometimes tough love's got to be a part of the equation. She said his voice isn't good.
Every day you come home and Panda, Virginia, the dirt sucks today. Man, what do you always do in the dirt? It's terrible. That's going to weigh on you.
Well, I mean, I know my dirt's awesome, so we're breaking up, and I have no doubt that my dirt's killing it.
I would guess what happened in this situation is she was frustrated. They got into a fight, and she said, your voice sucks anyway. Like, I don't know if you can hear yourself, but you're not going to be a professional musician. This isn't just going to happen for you. And she probably, believes that, but didn't mean for it to be so cold. It was just like, dude, you need to get a job. If we're going to be together, I need somebody that's going to have solid, gainful employment.
But she didn't say anything about him not getting a job. She said that he's not going to take the $50,000. He might have a job that she doesn't like, because you can be a musician, still chase your passion, and have a job that's paying your bills. And that's probably what he's doing. She doesn't think he's good, and she wants him to take the job with her dad. And in my opinion, that's where the issue is. It's not about him supplementing, getting a part-time job. And she don't believe in what he wants to do. And it'd be the vice versa if he didn't believe in her passion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
Can we
tough.
hear this guy sing?
I agree with the witch.
Do they have any gigs coming up? Because I'll tell you real quick if you're going to make it or not.
Yeah.
I agree. I do. I would like it.
I'll tell you while you're on stage.
He should be allowed the same amount of time anybody in a relationship who has a side hustle gets. That's where it should be. He should have side hustle time to continue to chase his musical dreams. Who cares what your girl thinks about how good you are? Show her up.
On the other end, too, Who the hell is she? Quincy Jones? How do we know she's just bitter that he's spending too much time? We're all chalking it up that he can't play.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like he can't pay his bills.
You don't know that either. You're making all these kind of...
Yeah.
Look, FPL ain't gonna wait.
Oh, and you put your old lady lotion on, really taking me out of my game. See, that's when my smell works for some reason.
This is Tahitian Island Dream. This is delicious lotion.
Somebody texted in and said, part-time job. This guy needs a full-time job.
Thank you. Every man needs a full-time job. Sorry.
Y'all acting like you don't know if he has a full-time job.
We don't, but from the way she's complaining, it sounds like he doesn't. And it sounds like he doesn't make anywhere near 50, and she wants to actually be able to pay bills.
Another text said, my husband has a full-time job and also sings on the weekends and loves it.
There you go.
Yeah. So you can do it. Just do that.
If you grind, you can do it.
I think y'all are missing this one. It's not about him she thinks he sucks.
He's not that good of a singer.
And he doesn't like the fact that she's not supporting his passion. It's a major, I'm telling you.
So you think if somebody doesn't think you're good at what your passion is, that you can't have a relationship?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's bothering him enough to be emailing a show.
Yeah.
So, yes, in this case, it is a big deal. There's going to be things where you don't agree with your passion with your mate, and you guys can get through it. This one's a big deal for him because it's his dream.
Okay. So you think he should break up with this girl and try to be that singer?
Some dreams gotta die, Kev.
I mean, that's always the question one must ask. When do I punt on my dream? I'd ask myself that question with baseball. I'm like, well, I'm not starting in college, and I'm still on foul ball.
We had that list last week of actors that were about ready to pack it in and go home, and they got the role that made their career right at the last second. In fact, some of them had a bus ticket and were ready to go back to Dubuque.
But the difference is they were probably good at acting.
Here's my
It
thing.
sounds like this guy's not good at singing.
It's very hard for everyone to have it all. And if you have somebody that has a deep passion for something and you want to get to that next level, it doesn't lend great to be in a relationship. I'm not saying it can't happen.
Right.
I'm just saying it doesn't really work that well typically. If you're going to chase something and be passionate about it, you may not be the kind of person that needs to be in a relationship right now because there's going to be always someone telling you can't do it. You're too old. There's too many people trying.
I will tell them, for the sake of the music industry, there's not a lot of people that get their first massive hit in their 30s. A lot of them are younger. So depending upon what you want to do with it. Now, you could have, there are a lot of cover bands and, bands that, make good money on the side, but I know the people in those bands all have regular jobs and they do it for extra side hustle cash.
Yeah, and there's some people that aren't known that become studio musicians that get a nice salary. There's many jobs in music that you just don't get the limelight.
But I think as you're getting into your 30s, if you're not plugged into that where it's a viable income source for you,
ain't nobody calling because you ain't that good.
Yeah.
Again, this is where you as a person have to go, these chuckleheads on the air, they don't believe in me. My girl doesn't believe in me. You have to either say, do I go in line and quit my dream, or do you, I don't know, it's up to you.
Just do me this real quick. Send us a demo.
Yeah, there you go.
That is what I would
Just send me the tape. I'll let you know.
The witch is right about that. We need to hear the music.
Yeah. Keep up or get out. Yeah, let us know.
Or don't be in a relationship either. If you're gonna if you're not,
you can call your band Walls. I know somebody who wants to play in it with you.
I can manage
It'll be
it.
all dudes that don't want a relationship. That's why they smile.
That might do well.
Okay.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
I am surprised we don't hear about this more. I guess when people have uncomfortable moments with celebrities and they themselves are a celebrity, they usually don't want to publicize it. They probably want to forget it happened. Especially if you're like Rosie O'Donnell meeting Joe Jonas and you kind of fangirl out and you're trying to impress your family that's with you. So I guess Rosie walked up to Joe and his wife in a restaurant having dinner and was like, hey.
You got Rosie talking about it. Do you want to hear it from her?
I do.
Okay.
It's me, Rosie O'Donnell, and I just embarrassed my son and his girlfriend, Teresa, and Fran Drescher, because seated next to us at Nobu was Nick Jonas and his wife, someone Chopra, which I always assumed was Deepak Chopra's daughter. So when I said, "Hi, Nick Jonas, you were great in Kingdom," and "Hi, I know your dad," she goes, "You do? Who's my dad?" And I'm like, "Deepak." She's like, "No. And Chopra is a common name." I was like, woo! I felt so embarrassed. All right, so Nick Jonas, I apologize. And to the Chopra wife, I apologize too. TikTok, you don't stop.
Okay.
I think she had to do another video after that.
Uh-huh.
Doubly
Why'd you have to do
apologizing.
Because she said Chopra wife, and it's kind of like.
Well, I think people were coming. They started coming after Chopra for being too upset at Rosie for making a mistake, and then if Rosie wanted to defend her, Twitter, Instagram, you know how it goes, social media. Everyone's looking to get all pissed off.
Right.
But I bet you that happens all the time. Because when you meet a celebrity and you consider them on a higher level, and Joe is on a higher level than Rosie, right? All the Jonas Brothers are.
It all depends on who you're talking to, Virginia.
True. But let's just say at Nobu, I would consider the Jonas brother to be bigger than Rosie O'Donnell. And she got a little nervous and put her foot in her mouth and just kept talking. And
well, it's always embarrassing when you think you're talking about somebody that
Right.
you know, and you get the wrong person, and you're talking to him, and you're like, "Oh, sorry."
And Priyanka Chopra's dad's dead.
He died back, I think, in 2014.
2013. Yeah, he's been dead for a minute.
Yikes.
So,
Okay.
He just wasn't uncomfortable.
you don't know him
Yeah.
now, but
you walk on thin ice when you ever assume anything in a conversation.
That's why I'm trying to just keep it to food with people. So what's your
Okay.
favorite cheese?
Okay. It's easier.
I'm sure I'll offend somebody, but eventually.
now, if you're not up on the whole world politics going on right now, there's serious stuff between Russia and the Ukraine. And, like, honestly, I don't really understand all of the nuances of it, but I know it's, like, bad and stuff. So let's go to somebody who probably knows more than me and can shed some light. Let's go to Cardi B.
I'd actually like to see this competition. If we could get Cardi B, we could do a civics test with her in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows less about the Ukraine situation?
Well, here's Ambassador B's commentary on the crisis.
I actually want to say a lot of things, but I'm just going to mind my business because sometimes I feel like I have such a big platform that if I don't say the right things, I might get killed.
What?
But I'm really not on NATO's side. I'm really not in Russian side. I'm actually in the citizen side because at the end of the day, the world is having a crisis right now. There's inflation not only in America, but everywhere in the world. It's really hard to get the economy back up. There is so much shipments and embarkments backed up.
Embarkments are backed up? Did you know that?
That's not a word.
China's not really messing with us, so a lot of things are behind. A lot of goods are behind, and this just made it way more complicated. So I'm just really annoyed by this, and I really wish that all world leaders right now just really come with a logical conclusion, but whatever.
We need to get her in front of NATO and stat.
I love it. And in case you missed it, last night in Miami, the Donda 2 happened. It was Kanye West releasing his new album. Lots of celebrities showed up, and I believe we have a little bit of Alicia Keys from last night.
Yeah, she was one of these special guests that were there.
New York City, please go easy on me. Don't leave me so easy, so easy, so easy. Don't leave me so easy.
Okay. Migos was there. Jack Harlow was there. Pusha T. Marilyn Manson was there.
Marilyn
Oddly enough.
Manson?
I guess so, yeah. They say that it was during the Marilyn Manson portion that Kanye got upset and threw his mic on the floor because of audio issues. So
I would hate to be Kanye's sound person.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
No.
Yeah.
There's a
I
new
can't.
guy every time.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he can't keep a guy.
It was supposed to go off, I think, at about 8 o'clock, and Kanye finally started the whole production about 10:44. So got going a little late. Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
We were talking about Kanye West bringing Donda 2 to Lone Depot Park in Miami last night. Apparently, that's the only place you're going to hear any of the Donda 2. You know, he's supposed to be dropping the album last night at midnight.
Yeah, on that little thing he started.
It was a stem player that you would have to buy the listening device itself, and the total cost $230. And then Donda 2 was coming preloaded on that. And apparently, according to a lot of social media channels last night, people are still waiting for the Donda 2. And the only place you could get it was through this stem player. It's not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere. And people had shelled out $230, and they still don't have the album.
Dang. The little players didn't show up?
I guess not. So people, they're like supposed to be able to listen here. They paid the money, and there's still no Donda 2. So.
Hasn't this happened before with Kanye where he had
Yeah.
a deadline?
He's late for everything. He's not only late for his live shows, he's late for his music drops. He's just late.
You got to wait for an artist.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, get ready for this week's digital drama.
Okay. Mikey's got some issues here because his girlfriend lost her cat, and this leads to a very weird conversation. We'll recap for you here on social media. Let me see. Playing the role of... Let me see. Mikey, I'm going to give that to you, Virginia.
Oh, man, I wanted to be the cat.
Don't know if the cat's on here typing.
That's not fair.
I will play the role of Kara. Bird, you can play the role of Eve, and Denny's, you'll be Jack.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody seen this cat around the neighborhood? My girlfriend is heartbroken that we can't find it. It's her cat from childhood.
How long has it been missing? I heard what sounded like a cat in heat early this morning. It was by my window, really moaning and meowing. I couldn't get back to sleep. It seemed like it was really turned on.
Do cats moan? LOL.
This cat moaned. It sounded like it was extremely horny or something. It seemed like it was looking to get some action. You could tell it just wanted it.
Whoa, Eve. When's the last time you've gotten some action? You seemed a little charged up about this cat's moan, LOL.
Girl, it's been a while. I haven't been active since Les cheated on me. You're right. I need to stop talking about this cat moaning in pure ecstasy. I'm sounding a little pervy over here. But for the record, that cat had lust at its moans.
This conversation is hilarious. Also, am I the only one slightly turned on? Eve, don't feel bad. It's been a long time for me, too. I'm sure I would have been turned on, but this cat's moaning as well. Hit me up if you ever want to go cat watching together. I'm available.
Hit me up, Jack. I'd love to do something. Clearly, I need some human interaction. Who would have thought me listening to cats and making love and getting it on would have landed me a date? Life is strange, isn't it?
I'm really happy, Eve and Jack, that you're getting a date and all, but hey, our cat's still missing. My girlfriend also wants you all to know that there's no way her cat would be out there moaning because her cat's fixed. Also, my girlfriend said her cat is not that kind of cat. She's a classy cat.
Okay.
Not like this moaning, slutty whore cat.
Do we have whore cats? Is that
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Okay.
There was one in Lake Park.
There's one in every neighborhood.
Okay.
And I'm not slut shaming.
Yeah,
But
okay.
she got around. She got
did.
around.
Okay. She needed it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for setting that one in. Got another one here with Dan, who's got some strong opinions about fat people.
Oh, damn.
And of course, if you want to do any kind of fat shaming on social media, it will definitely turn on you. I'll play the role of the very rude Dan. We'll have Virginia playing the role of Grant Bird. You can be Naomi, and Denny's, you'll be Brenda here. Okay. Here's what Dan had to say. Fat people, please stop complaining about being fat. Nobody cares.
Take this post down. There's no place in the world for fat shaming. This is awful. People who have weight issues need support, not shaming.
Freedom of speech, bruh. I love he says that to Brenda. Bruh. Don't like it? Don't read it. Obesity and heart disease kill more people than drugs, COVID, and the flu combined, but nobody ever talks about that. Your feelings can be hurt, but remember this. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, Dan might be sounding like a douche, but Dan's right. We coddle fat people too much, and I used to be fat, so I'm allowed to say this. There's a new thing now where we have to just accept people being fat and act like it's a healthy thing, eating Oreos all day and sitting on your ass. That shouldn't be something we support. It's something we should condemn, damn it.
You used to be fat, Grant? Nah. You're still fat, dude.
Damn, hooker.
I mean that in a loving way, of
man.
course. Also, Brenda needs to take a chill pill. I'm not saying we need to make fun of fatties, but we also shouldn't glorify them either.
Fat shamers are the worst. I can't believe the disgusting things I'm reading on this thread. I've had to block most of you. I am 285 pounds and 5'6". I exercise every day and I eat healthy. I'm in good shape, even though I'm a little bigger. You all are ignorant to what it comes to being plus-size person. Have a nice life, fat shamers.
Brenda, calm down. We're just talking here. Stop getting so upset. Your fake outrage is annoying. Eat a donut. That'll make you feel better.
Damn. All right, I'm pretty sure Brenda just blocked us all. She just texted me. She's not happy with me specifically because she and I are good friends. I wasn't trying to upset her personally. I was just giving my opinion, and no offense to her, but if she's saying she's 285 and 5'6", she's not exercising.
You ain't friends, Grant. You ain't our friend.
My papa used to call it tough love. Sometimes people need to hear things that they don't want to hear. It's kind of like that ex-wife of mine. She needed to hear the truth about her weight. Well, I guess that's why she's an ex. Sometimes you got to be brutally honest with someone and tell them that they look like a fatty.
I mean, that is how you get people fighting. Oh, my God.
I have a feeling he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Dan is
He wanted to
divorced.
fight, yeah.
You surprised he's divorced?
Yeah.
He seems so sensitive.
All right, thank you for all the posts. If you see something entertaining, make sure you do a screenshot of it, then send it to us, mail@kvjshow.com. All right, time for another battle of the generations. Jaybird, your Gen Xers, they really could use a win here today.
Old people unite.
Yeah, we're going to have to. Because right now, if we're looking at the standings, we got our Gen Z number 1, 20 wins. Millennials have 17. Your Gen Xers have got 13. You're 7 behind.
Never tell me the odds.
Okay. Well, we've got Denny's in here representing the millennials today, and your millennial partner is going to be Katie from Jupiter. Hello, Katie.
Hey, good morning, KVJ.
You. How you doing, Katie?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Fantastic, Katie.
And then representing Jaybird's generation, Gen Xers, we got Tom from Port St. Lucie.
Tom?
Yeah. What's up,
Hey,
Tom?
Jaybird, how's it going?
Oh, brother, old people, let's do this thing. Let's unite.
Let's do this, Jaybird.
I
We
love the
got
pizzle.
this.
I love it.
People unite?
Okay. All right. They are ready to go. Okay, we're going to start off here with Katie. She's going to get the first question. Now, these questions typically may be out of your, generational gap here, but they're all pop culture questions for the most part. All right, here we go. First question that we have got for you, Katie. If you can get it by yourself in 3 seconds, I'll give you 2 points. If you need Denny's to help you out and he gets it right, you'll get 1 point. So this is for you alone right now. Tell me, what country is Rihanna from?
Sorry.
Okay. Denny's, do you happen to know that? What country is she from?
Ah, jeez. The Caribbean doesn't count. That doesn't count as a country. I can't just say the Caribbean.
No.
You got to be more specific because
Yeah.
there is a specific place. A nice
I don't know.
try.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. No. Barbados.
Barbados.
Oh my God, I was gonna say that.
Barbados.
Tom, I wish you were in the studio. Denny's looks shook right now.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to Gen X. All right, this question is for Tom alone right now. You got 3 seconds to get a correct answer and 2 points. Tell me, Tom, who was the most streamed artist of 2021 globally?
Most streamed artist of 2021 globally was The Weeknd.
Okay. The Weeknd is incorrect. Bird?
Oh, they talking about Queen.
That is incorrect. It's Bad Bunny.
I thought you had a stat in here about Queen was the most downloaded.
Second.
You don't listen.
What?
Yeah, 9.1 billion streams the Puerto Rican rapper had.
So I was wrong.
Yes, you were wrong.
There's a Queen stat out there, Virginia. I'm gonna dig it up, go over with you during commercial break.
Can you do it when I'm not in the room?
Okay, next question here. This is for you, Katie, and the millennials. Which actor voiced the Lion King's Mufasa?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is correct. That's a 2-pointer for the millennials.
The voice of balls.
Yeah.
Deep and power.
So good.
J.E.J.
Okay, let's see if Tom can get Gen Xers on the board here. All right, your question here, Tom. Hattie McDaniel was the first black person to win an Academy Award for her role in which movie from 1940?
1940, Kevin?
The Color Purple.
Color Purple, good guess.
1940?
Yeah, that's an older question.
I know the answer, but why would you say color purple?
Is this the boomerang? 1940?
Yeah, it's a question that's outside of your generational range. It's just
hold on.
older.
Let me think about this. All right, 1940.
Everybody knows this.
Hold on. Casablanca feels kind of good.
Okay.
So does what's the one? Frankly, damn it, I don't give a damn. Damn it. That one is called. Oh, what is that one? Frankly, damn it. Scarlett O'Hara. Damn it. No.
Oh, he's so close.
What is that one?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
Rawson asked me 1940 questions.
It's outside your generational.
It's outside of every generation.
Everybody knows that.
I don't think it's outside of every generation. Okay, all right, not looking good for Gen X. Again, they're already down 2-0 here.
2-0.
Yeah. Okay.
How embarrassing.
1940s.
Okay, going back to Katie here and the millennials. All right, Katie, your question. How many times did Ross Geller get divorced on Friends?
Oh, God. Twice?
I'm gonna guess 3
I know
times.
nothing about Friends.
3 times correct.
I was gonna guess 2 if 3 wasn't right.
Carol,
Good job,
Emily,
Danny.
and Rachel.
Thanks.
What's our next question? What hit did Charlie Chaplin have in 1932?
Yeah. Hit him with that silent movie era, Kevin.
Okay.
Hit him.
It's out of my generation.
He's been cut. Hit him.
He has. These Gen Xers are reeling here. All right, gonna need to salvage a point here. You got nothing on the board right now.
Oh, nothing.
Oh man.
Nothing is on the board right now.
It's not her fault. It's all Bird.
I mean, Kevin asking Depression era questions.
Okay. All right, your question here, Tom. See if you can stay in the game. What do the letters NFT stand for? Tom?
Did we lose
I
you?
don't know.
He doesn't know. Okay, NFT. Hear people talking about NFTs. Jaybird, what does that stand for?
Not fun topic.
Non-fungible.
Non-fungible token.
Fungible, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm reeling from the 1940s.
Okay, that's a goose egg for Gen X. And millennials are going to get another win. Gen X falling further back.
Oh, Katie, good job.
She
running.
blew it.
Tom, I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Blew
Okay. Wow. Katie, congratulations. Your millennials got your win. Tom, thanks for playing along, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he's just gone.
Tom, next
Tom is like, yeah.
time we'll pair you with somebody else, Tom. That wasn't
Yeah.
your
Hey,
fault.
Kahlua Carla, why don't you back down a bit?
I can't. I only know 2 speeds. Come at you and come at you harder.
Drunk or drunker.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
This probably is not going to be good for her bid to be in the U.S. House of Representatives. 32-year-old Abby Broyles from Oklahoma decided it'd be a good idea to get blackout drunk at a middle school girl's slumber party.
Was she the parent or did she just show up as an attendee?
I believe she was the supervising parent. I don't know exactly what's going on there. I'm trying to get more details on this, and she's being a little tight-lipped and sketchy with some of her comments here. In fact, I think she tried to deny this whole thing went down, saying that she was out campaigning until somebody's like, wait a minute, no, you weren't campaigning. She actually got blackout drunk and then berated several of the girls at the girls' slumber party with profanity about their acne and one about their Hispanic heritage.
Oh, damn.
I heard her friend, she was over there helping her friend watch the kids at the sleeping party, and her friend gave her a sleeping pill as well, or gave her some kind of a med.
That's what she's claiming. She said that she had an adverse reaction after drinking wine and taking this sleep medication that her friend gave her. And then after she did that and berated the girls with profanity, she then vomited in a hamper and then passed out.
Imagine waking up the next morning going, hey, did anything bad happen last night?
Oh, girl. Oh, girl, have a seat.
Oh, my gosh.
We need to talk.
I read that story and I was like, wow. There are days and then there are days.
It's quite a night, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Blackout drunk and then berating girls.
Those kids were probably so weirded out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you know they all pulled out their camera phone.
Oh,
12, 13 years of age. Like, oh, my gosh.
There will no doubt be some video of that.
Definitely have video.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a woman who is accused of illegally selling a monkey to a 15-year-old girl in Putnam County, Florida. I guess you can't do that. The problem was after they drove away with the monkey became aggressive.
Oh, no.
And they're like, uh-oh, we might need to take this monkey back. So they went back to the woman that they bought it from for $9,500.
Oh, my gosh.
The woman agreed to give them $9,000 back of what they paid. And then as the teenager was reaching down to pet the monkey to say goodbye, the monkey bit her on the finger.
Dang, this monkey's savage.
They got Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission involved, and the officials came and saw that the woman didn't have a license to possess any wildlife and took the monkey from her. So,
I mean, the poor monkey, he's all over the place.
Yeah, the monkey, he's just like, hey, what's going on? And the monkey sales game these days.
It's not fair.
$9,500.
Wow.
That's not cheap.
No.
Dang.
That's more than your daughter and her friends are paying for them fancy little dogs.
Yeah. Well, there's a man in Largo, Florida that first was turned on and thought his woman had gotten into the 50 Shades of Grey books because she was getting a little bit rough in the sack. She started slapping him, and then he realized soon after that no, she's just mad. Apparently, she couldn't find her phone. She got frustrated, but was still upset. And he did something to egg it on. Apparently, hey, baby, what's you and I? And she's like, oh, I like this. And then all of a sudden, he's like, ow, that hurt.
Wait, so what happened? She lost her phone?
She lost her phone, got all upset. He tries to get some, kinky time going on. She starts slapping him around. He's like, all right, I'm into this. And then she got a little too rough, and he's like, hey. And then she kept attacking him, and he had to run out of the house.
Is he the one that lost the phone?
Well, it sounds like he wasn't taking the loss of the phone serious enough. She wanted to find her phone, and he wanted to get his freak on, and she's like, stop.
She's like, I care about my phone a lot more than I care about you and your kinky time.
I don't know. Just a gut reaction here. I don't think they're going to make it.
I'm on her side.
I don't know.
She was arrested for domestic battery.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Someone tells me they're not going to.
No. If I've lost my phone, now is not the time to foreplay.
Well, it makes it sound like she lost her phone, then they started getting into sex, and then she still wasn't over the
I don't
fact
think
that
she was ever into sex. I think he was. He misread the room, and she taught him a quick lesson.
He's like, come on, baby. She's like, she's like, all right, yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. And she's like, boo, she kicked him in the nars. He's like, hey, wait a minute.
What a
It
story.
got too aggressive.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't see that in the movie.
story.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
There's a 12-year-old boy that was riding his bike through a Cape Coral, Florida neighborhood that was used as target practice in a drive-by shooting with a toy gun.
Oh my gosh.
The family believes it could be related to the new TikTok trend, or B's gun. There's a hashtag that's been searched 25 million times on the app. And I guess they're these gel-based balls intended for kids to improve their motor and sensory skills, but now adults and teens are using them for ammo for toy guns.
Ooh.
I know I'm going to sound like I'm 89 years old, but we're going to hell in a handbasket. I blame TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok. There are two men who robbed a Subway restaurant in New Orleans on Sunday evening, and they did it all after ordering and eating their sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they pay with a credit card?
It's a great question. They're still on the run, they say.
They probably got the sandwiches and they sat in there and they were casing the joint.
Yeah.
But they don't look like they're casing. They just look like they're hanging out eating their sandwich.
Yeah, they not got cameras in them Subways?
Side note, it sort of relates to this story. Subway's, their sweet onion sauce is delicious. That's all I got.
I agree with you.
I'm not going to derail you, Kev.
I usually don't fully get behind like a franchise, but Subway's Philly cheesesteak is really good.
We always get crap.
You better get extra cheese, and I'm sorry for all the authentic Philly cheeses, but if you're in a hurry, it is not bad.
I try to keep it short, Kev. I try to keep it short.
Let's keep going. Subway's loving this.
It's free.
Yeah, we ain't getting paid. Never mind.
No.
They're like, keep going, guys.
People are going to yell at us for this.
Well, there's a girl that went into a Tampa clinic for a breast reduction last November and then woke up and realized she actually had breast implants, a tummy tuck, and lipo. And she's like, hey, what'd you guys do? They're like, well, we made a mistake and had the wrong order, but hey, good news is you got some free plastic surgery. She's like, yeah, but I didn't need the tummy tuck and my skin's already tight.
Oh.
And then she started to have complications.
Oh. See, this is why you don't pick your plastic surgery place based on price.
Yeah, she actually had to go to the hospital, spent 4 days there, following 2 months on antibiotics to try to clear up the infection she got from the wounds underneath her breast.
They gave her the wrong surgery, and then they gave her infections.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yes. And now she needs corrective surgery.
Dang.
Try to take care of what happened, but she says, no, I'm afraid to go into the knife.
Well, now she's going to have to go to the best of the best and make sure that she does her research on the front end.
Yeah.
I'm sure the best of the best will be really affordable.
It won't be. It'll be the most expensive, but you get what you pay for when it comes to plastic surgery.
Yeah. Talking about TikTok taking us to hell, they say beauty influencers right now are on TikTok showing themselves snorting sprays that they claim gives them a golden tan.
What?
But shockingly, doctors are saying, don't do this. First of all, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has not even approved these inhalants. And experts are saying, one, they probably don't work, and two, they could have really bad lasting side effects.
This is your group you defend, Virginia? The TikTokers?
It's also my group, white girls that really want to be tan.
Yeah, a tanning nasal spray.
Huh.
Okay. That's crazy.
What about just maybe go out in the sun?
That's not good for you. You got to spray tan.
I thought you were supposed to go out in the sun a little bit.
A little bit.
Get some vitamin D.
A little tiny bit, but not enough to get color.
Are they going to change that like they do with water? Oh, now you should go get a tan for 20 minutes.
They just say wear a good approved sunscreen when you go out.
Yeah, because, I mean, some people just get tan I get tan when I walk out. Am I supposed to only be out there for 5 minutes?
I get burnt. I'm jealous.
Jeez, it looks like a candy cane when she goes out there.
I do.
So-
I get red and then I get white again.
Well, she's the same person that did tanning injections. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do, yeah.
I only did it once.
This along the same line as the nasal spray.
She's TikTok are her people.
Yeah.
My girlfriend did it like 5 times, and she was brown like a biscuit.
And then couldn't walk for 7 years.
I don't know. She's still walking.
Okay.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
Kevin, never mind. Inject yourself with self-tanner.
Go for
What
it,
could
baby.
go wrong?
Go for it.
I wouldn't suggest it. I really wouldn't.
Okay.
It was not FDA approved.
What the heck is going on with drawbridges in South Florida? It has not been a good month. First, you had the woman that was coming over from Palm Beach on the bridge, and it went up, and she fell to her death on that one. And then did you see the video of the guy that was in his car going over the Lantana drawbridge?
Yep.
And he was all the way to the other side of it, and then the railing came down, and then the bridge went up. And his car is right there at the bottom of the bridge where the road starts to lift from the regular road.
He's stuck in a crack.
And he gets stuck in a crack. Now, they fired the drawbridge operator, so I assume that they're saying, hey, I mean, what are you doing closing down the gates when there's a guy that's driving across the bridge? But at the same time, I was watching that with my wife, and the guy's sitting there a while, and, you know, you have the gate, and then he could have pulled up. I didn't understand what the dude was doing. He just kept his car right there, which is just kind of like, guy, pull up, man. I mean, I know you're not in an ideal situation, but I don't know. Maybe if I were there, maybe it'd be different. But just like, dude, pull forward. What's wrong with you?
Weird how all these drawbridge stuff. Me and Denny's and Suits were just talking about how if you're the drawbridge operator, how it should be the easiest job, but you can't mess up. You can't not pay attention.
Well, you see what happens. I mean, you think, oh, it's so simple. I just hit a button, a drawbridge opens up. But when you got pedestrians and cars, and we've had 2 mishaps here in the last month of time, I don't really remember. I think there was one in Lauderdale a couple years ago where they opened up a drawbridge.
Yeah.
And that cost somebody their life. So you do have a lot riding on it, but it seems like it should be simple. I don't understand it. With everything, there's a hidden complication you don't get. But to me, from what I understand, they're supposed to go outside and look like both ways to make sure nobody's
a protocol.
coming.
There's a whole thing.
I think they're supposed to look 3 times.
Yeah, and the thing that I don't get on both of these, like you could say, well, maybe somebody was trying to beat the bridge. You could see that, and they would go running. I mean, that seems like a very bright line type of story. But
if it's not that,
the one woman was old.
On a bike.
Yeah, and she was pushing a bike. So I can't imagine. It was just like, my gosh, she went a lot faster than I thought. I can't see happening. It just seems, and I don't know. I saw the families asking for more details because they're like, hey, we'd like more information because it is a little inconclusive on that story, what happened. And the Lantana drawbridge, they acted fast. That, operator's already been terminated. No, nobody died in that. So maybe that's why they're a little bit more tight-lipped because the lawsuit's pending.
And sometimes there's the perfect storm where the operator's not doing what they're supposed to be doing and somebody might not be doing what they're supposed to be. I'm not saying that's what happened, but if that happens too, sometimes that's how disaster happens.
But it always needs to come back on the bridge operator.
I'm just saying why it might have happened.
You're always going to have stupid drivers and people that don't see the sign, and older drivers too. You know, they might have not seen it.
I think it was the details on the one in Fort Lauderdale that the bridge operator had said that there was somebody in their boat and they were honking at him and yelling at him, and people were outside the tower saying, let us in, let us in. And so he was just like frazzled from that and being yelled at there that they just hit it and they didn't recognize that somebody was on the bridge.
See, I've got some OCD in me, and I just know for me, if I was the drawbridge person, I would be checking it 9,000 times just to make sure. Even when I knew nothing was coming, it would almost play too much of a mind game with me of over-checking.
Totally.
It's just something I've never really thought of before, but 2 incidences in the last month. Is it something we need to, and where is the fault in the system that we are having bridges raise up when you've got pedestrians and cars on them?
It's odd. Some of these weird stories always happen in bulk. It's just weird.
That's why I'm just wondering. I'm like, do I need to have a new heightened sense of anxiety about going over drawbridges, or is it like, this is just a fluke that we've had 2 in a month?
I didn't a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But now I'm like, all right, these guys are not checking, so let me just floor it.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
Well, I can see how it would be easy for somebody to slip into a state of nothing's going on. If you hit a patch of 6 hours and it's been low action, just the human spirit sometimes can go into that lull. Nothing's happening. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
You got to be so alert.
Yeah, you got to be, because if you don't, somebody falls in the crack.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but should bridge drop people be on cocaine? I don't know.
That's very South Florida
it's very
of
progressive.
you.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
We want them super alert, Kevin. We are pro-cocaine.
Would you rather have a person loaded up on cocaine watching that bridge, or someone who's a little tired from the night before. I'm just asking a question. And this is not a pro-cocaine thing.
Good point.
I'm just asking the out-of-the-bun question, Virginia.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy that, you're just seeing all these things in the news right now. And for me, it'd be like, okay, well, I'd like to hear the details and then what is being done, why this won't happen again when I'm crossing over a drawbridge. If not, I'm going to probably hit 80 as I go. That's going to create a whole new danger.
Yeah.
You're going to think I'm Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, because I'm like, if that thing starts lifting up, I need to get air.
I need to jump it.
I was already horrified of bridges anyway. I didn't need any extra added ons.
Because you always just thought, well, this is an irrational phobia.
Yeah.
And you can talk yourself out of irrational phobias. But now it's not, because bridges are opening and people are getting stuck in cracks.
Well, it was the same thing about, buildings, they never fall down out of the blue. They just don't. And then that thing happens down in Miami.
Now they do.
Was it the Seaside building?
Yeah.
Then you're like,
right.
oh, buildings can fall? Just I'm chilling and they fall?
I guess it's ultimately just life.
Yes.
When you're timing, when they call your number's called. They'll find a way.
I know, but if you'd have been in a one-story house when the building fell, you'd probably be okay.
But Kevin's right there. You just never know. How are sinkholes fair? You're just chilling.
Sinkholes are not fair.
You put on your favorite show and then boom, a sinkhole? Hey, cool.
Well, the Lantana Drawbridge was in October, so it was a little while ago, and I guess just because of the story that happened on the Palm Beach Bridge, it's come up and they're looking at it now, which I guess is good, but drawbridges aren't new, right?
No, they've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
We've been drawing.
Okay, I'm just wondering how these things are going on, so. Well, if things are not going great in your life, just go to the F My Life website. You can feel a little bit better. Misery loves company. People there are posting things are going wrong in their life, so maybe you can feel a little bit better about yours. One person said, today I learned that all of the anonymous Valentine's Day gifts that I received throughout high school were sent out of pity by my sister. FML.
Oh, damn.
That's tough, huh? No one ever gave you a Valentine?
You know what? Your sister probably should have took that to the grave.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
Oh, that's sadness.
What good comes from telling your sister or brother that you are the only one that cared about them in high school on that level?
Probably some alcohol involved here, Virginia.
Damn.
She got a little too honest.
Don't say that.
Thought enough time had passed. Somebody else posted up today, someone sent me disgusting private pictures all because he asked if I wanted to swap pictures. And I said, sure, but I thought he meant selfies. FML.
Well, I mean, dude, what are you doing? You gotta know.
Hey, you want to swap some photos? Sure, that'd be great. Send me one.
She sent in one.
Hey.
She sent in one of her and her cat, but not the kind he wants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Someone else posted up today, I got locked inside the entrance area of a Walmart.
Oh.
I had to get an employee to get me out.
Like in between the two doors?
But yes, the employee didn't have the key.
And the employee also
so.
didn't care.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird timing. You got right in that middle area, and they locked both doors, and you're stuck.
I'm telling y'all, Keith never has the key for the cologne section. I've asked 7 times at the one Walmart.
Not only does he not have the key, he's on break and he left the premises.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 7 times, shame on me.
Yeah, if they can't get you cologne, they're not getting you out of those middle doors.
No.
You are right.
Keith does not care.
Won't be
Keith
there a
takes
while.
the cologne key every single time.
Somebody posted on the FML site, today I got broken up with by a professional clown who lives with his elderly parents and doesn't have a car. This is definitely a low point. FML.
Perhaps you just weren't funny enough.
Was that your man?
That was their man. They were dating a professional clown.
Girl, you're going to be okay. I think you need to aim higher. This is the good Lord helping you out.
This is thank God this is your life now.
Yes, this is a blessing.
Virginia always going in hard on the clown community.
Let that clown go, girl.
And the clown didn't have a car. How is he getting to his gig?
Catch and release this loser.
Somebody else posted up today, my mother met a new member of my band. He's a piano player from Mexico City. She introduced herself as my mother, then asked him if he spoke Spanish or Mexican. This led to a long talk about how they speak Spanish in Mexico. She didn't believe him. FML. Mom, you need to get out a little bit more.
Okay.
Come on, man. Today, my mom lost her mind on me because I was teaching my daughter about tampons. Apparently, they were created by radical feminists to trick women into stealing their own virginities in order to make them unsuitable brides for decent men.
Wait, what?
Wow.
My gosh.
How you find out your parents a crackpot?
Does this chick know how to party or what?
Wow. You know, they're just trying to steal their virginity so they're unsuitable brides for decent men.
You guys laugh, but my mom was raised that way, and she tried to do that to me.
Say, hold on. You gotta break this down for
My
me.
mother and her mother before her did not believe that tampons should be worn by virgins.
What?
And my mother's mother would never let her wear one, and she didn't. And then my mom told me the same thing. Now, lucky for me, I had friends who had moms that were like, no, let's break it down for you and explain to you how this all works. And
Your mom wanted you to be a part of the pad
my
community.
mom did not want me to wear a
Wow.
tampon. She wanted me to wear a pad.
So that is a thing
It
then?
is absolutely a thing.
Do you still think that's a thing that's practiced now, or is it? I don't know anything about this. This is not something that. This is silly, right? A silly belief.
I mean, we were all Catholic. My mom went to Catholic school. I don't know if this was something strict and Catholic. Her mother was Mexican. I don't know if it was strict and Mexican. I don't know what it was, but my mom still believed it when I was 15 and I got my period.
So is this like a real thing where?
Yeah, Yasik said a lot of Hispanic moms are like that, V.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they are.
Maria said my mom was the same way.
I only had one Hispanic mom, and I can tell you, she did not want me to have anything to do with the tampon. She wanted me to wear that always maxi pad diaper.
The pad.
It's like a diaper.
So why are they against it? They feel like it's going to lead to urges of sorts?
Well, no, they just feel like nothing should go up there before your husband.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Did you know this, Ralston?
I did not, but a lot of people were texting in saying, yeah, this tampon thing still happens. It's a very common argument.
Yeah.
A very Spanish thing.
I mean, I'm not that far removed from it because it happened to me, and, I'm sure that there are parents younger than me that are still trying to pull that with their kids. If your mom ingrained that in you and told you this was the way it is, you are a product of your parents. And if I wouldn't have had friends that had parents that told me, no, let's show poor Virginia how the life of a girl who's menstruating can be.
In your opinion, was your mom wrong to teach you that?
I think she was just old, and I think it was how her mother taught her, and it was antiquated, and it was all she ever knew. I wouldn't say that she was wrong by her standards. She thought she was doing me a favor and raising me right.
Wow.
But it's an antiquated way of thinking.
Yeah.
Do you have the mind blown sound effect? Because I'm over here.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just reeling, I'm learning.
How about that? I never heard of this.
I've never heard
I
of
didn't know
it
it's a
either.
thing. Wow.
And I didn't tell my mom that my friend's mom taught me how to use tampons.
I would love to hear somebody who defends it. I want to hear their stance on it. I'm so blown away by I never heard of it. That it's considered bad, dirty. It sounds like.
Well, it's confusing. A normal female thing that your body does anatomically every month. This is normal. This is nothing shameful. This is nothing to do with sex. This is not sex. And I think it's confusing the two, and it makes it very confusing for young girls when you tell them they can't wear a tampon until they're married with their husband. Like, what?
Is this why you don't like the movie Carrie? Because of that scene?
No, it's just a scary movie.
It is scary, but there's a tampon thing in there too. And
I wore tampons. I just didn't tell Linda.
Wow, man, Kevin,
crazy,
Linda,
huh?
my mom Linda had no idea that I wore tampons. I had to go buy them on my own.
So you were sneaking tamps.
I was sneaking tamps.
Whoa.
Because maxi pads are super inconvenient, and loud and awkward and messy, and it's like wearing a diaper and then you have all this mess in your diaper. Like, who wants that?
Well, the reason why I'm just because if you're a teenager and you're forbidden to do this, and now you're sneaking the tamps, you think you're doing something wrong as a kid, as if you're taking alcohol or something.
Yeah,
I did. When I was younger, I did think I was bad for doing it, but I also understood that my mom just didn't know any better. That was how she was raised. And it wasn't like she was trying to hurt me. She was trying to raise me how she thought was right.
Yeah.
My mom was a virgin until she got married.
Both of you be so happy I don't have a few beers in me right now. Because more questions would have had.
Don't ask me. Call Linda.
That's fascinating.
You could call her if you want.
Yeah, some people are saying that like some Southern Baptist cultures are that way too.
Don't you think that would weird her mom out though? If we called her and asked her to defend her stance, does she still believe it?
I don't know. So she had me, and then she had my sister, but then her other children are boys.
Would you be uncomfortable bringing this up and asking her about this if you guys are hanging out at Christmas time?
No.
'Cause I'll be able to ask my parents this kind of stuff. Could you?
I mean, she'd probably be uncomfortable by it, but I wouldn't.
Well, because you'd be loaded by that point.
Oh, yeah.
Vacation.
Yeah, of course.
If I'm on vacation, I got the Kahlua.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, you're not on vacation now, and you got the Kahlua.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Okay. Wow, it's eye-opening stuff.
It is, Kevin.
I wouldn't know we learned so much today. Well, fascinating conversations that we had here. I didn't realize that in a lot of Hispanic culture, it is a no-no for girls to use tampons. And somebody had texted in here and they said, yeah, wearing a tampon as a young girl in our culture meant that you had already had sex. So that was kind of one of the taboo ways of being like, oh, you're not a virgin.
Wow.
And somebody else said, yeah, my cousin lives in a Hispanic area of Queens and says tampons are nearly impossible to find in the stores there.
I was ignorant to this. I'd never heard of any of it.
Yeah. Anna's on here from Coral Springs with an added thought. What'd you want to say, Anna?
Hi, guys. Well, I was just going to add that in my culture, it was also kind of not totally unacceptable, just kind of I was brought up not to use them, but not because of religious reasons or like sex reasons. It was just because I was taught that you could get toxic shock syndrome, and it's just not something that you want to do, basically.
What is this?
Toxic shock syndrome is something that they talked about a lot in the 80s.
What is
it? Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't know anything about it.
I was told that toxic shock syndrome can happen when you have a tampon that maybe isn't full and you take it out and you could hurt yourself by
getting shocked.
It's like operator error could cause something that goes on in your body.
Yeah.
Well, actually, kind of like it's sort of an infection that you get that from wearing tampons. Basically, it's like you're kind of backed up. Your body's trying to expel something. You're keeping it in, and I think most often it happens if let's say a blood clot or like a piece of the tampon does not get removed all the way. You're basically keeping something in there that shouldn't be in there, and it can't get out anymore, and it kind of causes like your organs start to shut down after a while if you don't get help immediately.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so this is the part where I think I'm learning a little too much.
I mean, I don't know anybody who ever had it though, and I never had it. And I've been tamping it up since
they say
the
it's
80s.
extremely rare.
I'm shocked that the 80s made something seem like it was the end of the world and scared everybody.
Yeah. Right, but it's just kind of interesting that that was it.
Yeah. If somebody's had that, I would love to hear what caused it and how you prevent it, because I think that'd be a good tip for young girls that are just getting in the tampon game.
Maybe you could do like a side podcast for the details on that one.
The Crimson Cast.
Okay. Let me see. We got some interesting comments as well, talking about that uncomfortable or awkward compliment that you got. And apparently a few of these happened at the gyno. One person texted and said, yeah, my female gynecologist told me that I had a beautiful uterus. And ironically, when I left and went to someone else a few years later, they said the same thing.
Huh.
If the gynosaurus is giving you a compliment like that, you're like, All right, cool, right? Or no? Is that?
I would love it, but I have a great relationship with mine. She's been up there, delivered multiple babies, like
Dr. Thornton.
More pap smears than you've had girlfriends.
Dr. Thornton?
Yes.
It's crazy that I know.
You know her.
I know Virginia's OBGYN.
Well, you guys have had a lot of time together because you've been there for the birth of both my babies.
We might be too close.
Yeah. Someone else said, my gyno said that I had a nice, plump, rosy vagina.
Oh,
In the same breath, he asked how my dad was doing since they'd gone to medical school together.
Oh, okay. Now that one does not feel right.
It doesn't feel the same, Kevin.
I don't know if you should use the word plump. We're not talking about
rosy.
We're not talking about an appetizer here. You know what I mean?
Plump rosy.
Oh my god!
It's not an apple that you're about to take a bite out of, sir.
Plump? That's what we talk. We're talking about food when we say plump.
I don't think a male gynecologist should say anything.
Yeah, stop getting so poetic.
Yeah, stop having any kind of opinions
A little
about.
too descriptive.
Yeah.
Don't comment on. Oh, it's the prettiest one you've seen in
No.
your time. Yeah.
Keep it to yourself, dude.
Somebody else texted and said the most uncomfortable compliment I ever received was when my mom told me I had a big D.
Yeah, I can see how that would be weird.
She was probably just proud of you.
That would be so weird.
Oh, wow.
What's weirder, though, her saying you have a big D or your mom saying you have a small D?
Oh, I mean, it's much better for your mother to think you have a big one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that you kind of walk around with your chest puffed out about.
Another text says, most uncomfortable compliment I ever got. My uncle told me I had nice birthing hips.
Oh, these uncles, man.
Those comments don't do well for us uncles, dog.
Uncle, stop talking about hips.
Stop making all the uncles look creepy.
Don't talk about anything physically on a girl, uncles.
So he said a guy at the urinal next to me looked down towards my business and said, nice watch.
Nice watch.
That's amazing.
Okay. All right. That's some pretty entertaining stuff. Wow. Another uncomfortable compliment, somebody said. Yeah, a coworker looked at my children, then looked at me and said, you must have had a really attractive wife.
Damn.
Not cool, man.
That sucks.
Not cool.
She thinks you're ugly.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else said, yeah, the first time my mother-in-law saw me in a bikini, she said, I knew my son would end up with a woman like you by the way he breastfed. I was at a loss for a response.
Maybe she's got big jugs.
I was a little kid and I embarrassed my parents. We had the family friend come over. Her name was Cheryl, and I was only 5 years old, and she had her boobs out, and I didn't know what to say. They were covered, but my gosh, Virginia.
Cheryl was packing.
She was packing, and as a little kid, I didn't know what was going on, and she's like, "Hey, Jaybird, how's it going?" I go, "Hey, Cheryl, you're looking really built." And my parents,
What?
parents
man.
were mortified.
Oh, you're really built.
She ate it up, y'all.
Oh, Cheryl was loving little
She
Jaybird.
loved
Oh,
it.
you're...
My parents did not. They apologized. Look, I don't know where you learned that. I'm like, HBO. I learned from HBO.
Things were fine between you and Cheryl. It was your parents that had a problem with
They
it.
did.
Wow. Another uncomfortable comment that somebody put on our Facebook page. It said, yeah, I returned to work after birth and nasty postpartum depression. One of the recent hires was shown a picture of me before the baby and said, wow, you used to be hot.
Oh, damn. That hurts.
There's a lot of dumb people out there.
Yeah.
Hurtful people, Virginia.
And somebody else said, my uncomfortable compliment. I sat down in the hairstylist chair and I heard, oh, I love a challenge.
Oh, damn.
Some people think they're being funny when they say stuff like that, and everyone's going to get their humor, and not everyone's going to get their humor. They're going to think that you think they look like crap, and I know, they're just keeping it real.
Just be careful when you're keeping it real is hurtful and insulting.
A lot of people don't like it when you keep it too
Especially
real.
if they're a stranger. Like, if you don't know them like that, don't talk to them like that.
110.
Too real. Too real. Well, if you're looking forward to seeing a spring training baseball game this Saturday, that's not going to happen. It has been delayed and pushed back through Friday, March 4th. So the soonest that we would have a game would be Saturday, March 5th. And that just depends upon what is going on with the Major League Baseball Players Association and the owners of the teams as they are meeting again today at Roger Dean Stadium in Jupiter to try to come up with a resolve. We're on day 82 of this lockout, and when they have a lockout going on because they can't agree on stuff, that means that nobody's getting in any stadiums, signing, trading, doing anything. So.
And wait, all the big wigs are right here in Jupiter?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the big dogs are in town trying to hash this out. They've been working on it all week, and so far there's been no agreement whatsoever. Now, the problem that even if you're not a baseball fan that affects us is the money that spring training baseball pumps into our communities. Historically, spring training pumps about $32 million into Jupiter's local economy every single year and about $15.3 million into Port St. Lucie's. And for people that work in the service industry, a lot of the restaurants around the ballparks in that area are expecting about a 50% drop in sales over the next week.
Yeah, it really, baseball's got a real good way of making people not like the players.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And, the timing is really bad, like I'd said, because the NFL had a really good playoff. The Super Bowl was good. Their ratings are back up to 112 million. And so, with people really getting fired up and really loving football the way that they did, for baseball to just not even be there, half of the job is just showing up. That's what they always say, Virginia. Just showing up is half the battle, and baseball right now is not showing up. So hopefully they'll get a resolve to it and they can get the spring training going, because the longer they delay it, it's going to cut down the spring training baseball season. And, our businesses here have already had to deal with COVID the last couple of years. I mean, the last time they had a good year was 2019.
Baseball walking around like it's 1989 and Bo Jackson's playing. Am I right?
Are they still in talks today? Are they still in Jupiter trying to hash it out?
Yeah.
So if I was a single girl and I wanted to maybe rub elbows with a powerful baseball dude, I would go have lunch over in Abacoa today.
Well, I think sadly you're not going to really see a lot of the current players. You're going to see representatives for the players, and you're going to see a lot of old, white, crusty owners.
Yeah, but they're about to die and leave you all their money. It's perfect.
Okay. All right, yeah, if that's your thing.
Yeah, get you a crusty owner, girl.
If you would like to be pawed on by an 82-year-old guy that is weeks away from the grave.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be really hot.
Yeah.
Perfect. He can die and leave you all his money.
Yeah, that could be your thing. So we'll see how that whole thing goes down. Hopefully they can get it resolved. All right, that After the Show podcast is going to be coming up live on YouTube in just about 10 minutes from now. You can check it out on YouTube. Look for the KVJ Show. Before we get to that, though, Bird, if you would wrap it all up with your thought for the day.
Nothing ever goes away until it has taught us what we need to learn. What is the dirt trying to teach me?
What?
Just it will not go away.
That's what it's trying to teach you. It's never going away.
Zombie dirt going stronger than ever.
Yeah, it is.
Brain.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.